everybody. Hi, everybody.
Hello, we're live.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
So pay attention to our mic levels, you folks in the live
Yep.
chat.
The Sada
Let us
wants
know.
to be a presenter today.
Oh, good. Yeah, Poppy's here too. So, Poppy got attacked by the dog next door yesterday.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
She didn't, not physically harm, but it really shook her up.
Right.
She's not a happy dog.
Oh, that's sad.
She's all shook up.
Hi, everybody in the chat room. Mizzou's, hi, great to see you. I got your email. Thank you. And we'll talk about that. And Tim's having a dinner party tonight.
Oh.
So he's got a big, long honey-do list. So he may just be listening.
Ooh, I like honeydew melons.
I'm not big on melons.
Hey, Mike
So it means you got a
Kuiper.
honey.
Yeah, he's got to have a honey to have a
Yeah.
honey-do list.
Shut up.
Micah, yeah, Mizzou's,
Hey, Neil.
Anthony.
Long time no see.
Hey,
That's
Neil,
right. We
yeah.
missed your comedy.
You could get.
Comedy.
Yeah, in
Loosely.
quotation
Used
marks.
loosely.
Yeah. Very,
Yes.
very loosely. Let's see. What else do I need to do? I'm recording here. Tim, we're recording. I think in all the critical places. Let me see if we're actually getting some
Sound
signal
from, people?
from let's see. How about somebody in the StreamYard room, like AJ, RJ, or
Yeah.
Nick?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see if we're
What?
Yeah, what?
Yeah, that's
Who?
okay.
Present.
Okay, we're
How?
Yeah.
getting signal. That's good.
Okay.
What about me? Are you getting signal? You getting signal from me? Yeah, I'm Jeff, right?
Yeah, we're up here.
So-
Oh wait,
Oh, yeah.
no.
Oh,
I'm
Neil's
glad you
on.
said that.
Hi, Neil.
Okay, hang on. I
Yeah.
have to change something.
Dun, dun.
I'm glad we did this.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm stopping recording.
Uh-oh. Try again.
Delete all. Okay, yep. And now I'm going to duplicate. Duplicate.
Okay, yeah,
Birds. Words
With
are
your
hard.
duplicating machine.
Duplicate.
correct.
Okay.
Our guest Stetner machine.
Now this is going to have
I think
to
you duplicated
be
some letters in the word duplicate.
input 2. Okay.
So is that me? Here I am talking. Why don't I see myself?
Okay, hang on.
I'm sorry. I don't know why my throat's like.
Loop back. Oh, I know why. Okay, we're in Q2. Okay, now
Speak.
yeah.
It's a good thing this isn't an audio medium.
No, not at all.
Yeah, let me audio sometimes is it messes your mind up a little bit. Audio routing.
Is that what?
Okay.
Oh.
Input.
I'm not surprised. It's pretty black magic.
It is. Okay, for some reason there's something going wrong here.
I look at it the same way.
No.
Look at a turbocharger.
Oh, that,
it
in
goes
theory,
in,
that's
witchcraft
quite
happens.
simple, isn't it?
Horsepower comes out.
Yeah.
Loop back. Open. All right. No, I don't want to install an update right now.
It's perfect time for it.
Well, I'm talking.
Yeah.
okay.
Good old Microsoft.
Look back out. Oh, it's to Reaper is the one I have to look at. Okay.
Clippy.
Yeah,
This
could
one.
be.
Here we go.
Those are back in my Windows days before
That's
I got
right.
smart and moved on to Apple.
Yeah. I see you
APG
trying to
note.
record a podcast. Would you like some help?
I loved it. Love Clippy.
Clippy was the original AI.
I'd know
No,
that.
just the original A. There was
Yeah,
no
that's right. I in there. No, no. Now we've lost both of them. Yep.
Oh, they're just having a private conversation.
Private conversation. Yeah. Yeah.
Whether they know it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're talking about which one of us to fire.
Ah, Maybe the one they can't hear.
All of you.
Oh, perfect.
I'm trying to figure out why I'm getting signal on this one and I have her mic muted, and so there shouldn't be signal there.
Even though I'm quite close to your mic?
Well, I have both of them muted. There's still signal showing up.
Oh.
Watch.
Did you hide a microphone in your pants?
Ah.
Is that a microphone in your pants, or are you just pleased to see me? Having said that, I have acquired the world's smallest microphone.
Ooh.
No, that's not it. It's
Okay.
inside.
Yeah, I would hope it's not. Ooh, that is pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a tiny little DJI microphone that goes with your mobile phone, and it's really good quality. I was quite.
Oh,
impressed.
okay. Good.
So you plug a little thing in the bottom of your phone.
Oh, okay.
And then you got two mics. You can stick them anywhere. You can hook them on your shirt or whatever. And I'm very impressed with that.
Oh, very good.
I'm going to try them out when Logan comes for our little get together.
Yeah.
Logan Lynch. I'll try them out there, see if they work.
Yeah. There you
If
go.
not, we won't have any audio. Oh well.
So now you can talk to them if you'd like.
Yeah, Jeff's struggling here. He's trying to get my audio fixed up.
It's something that I gotta do.
You sound a bit distant, so I guess you're coming through Jeff's mic at the moment, Liz.
Yeah, I think something like that.
Oh, really?
I can't help him at all.
You know what? Maybe we'll just go with the one mic.
Fine with me.
I was kind of thinking that we'd do that anyway. Then I changed my mind, but now I'm going back to that original. Okay.
Okay. Try not to talk over you.
Okay, can you hear both of us?
Can you hear me too?
Yeah, I can,
Can
but
I-
you probably up the gain a little bit just because you're both
Okay.
not really speaking into the middle of the mic. In the sweet spot.
I'm not going to be sitting like this all the time.
That's better.
Okay. How about now? Is that,
How about now?
that
Yeah.
better?
That's
Better?
good.
Yeah, that's
Yeah?
pretty good. Yeah.
Good or more?
No, you've probably gone a little bit too much,
Tiny,
actually.
yeah, tiny.
Too much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about that? How
Well,
about
you
that?
sound okay, Liz.
Hello. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good, Jeff.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
right.
Take a deep breath. We're
Let
almost
me
there.
go back over here and then just turn. Well, I'll just let it record nothing. Okay. Actually, I'll do this. And I'll turn off the control room because we don't need that recorded.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right. So now let's pull up Evernote.
Now, before we get started, I should say to everybody, I'm going to be looking away from the camera a lot over to here to do slides and stuff. So just so as you know.
No problem.
That's okay. Just so long as you don't talk when you're pointing over there.
Try not to.
And
Unless-
we won't be hearing stuff like half hour, an hour. Well, hopefully.
Oh no,
won't.
we should keep doing that. I think that
Keep doing that?
That would be.
Okay.
It would, it's like behind the scenes
You don't.
for the
Indeed.
Do you
YouTube
want me
audience.
to do that?
What do you think, Liz?
I'm fine with doing either way. I just thought you wanted to keep. I could show it to you,
Uh-huh.
but you wouldn't know.
You could just hold up a sign. 30 minutes.
It's a
do-
audio podcast.
Exactly.
I could
That's
be
why the
like
sign works.
the one.
But
in,
see, we're
like
doing
the
it all
ri-
backwards because normally the audio people can hear her. Now the video people get to see what she says, but the audio people don't. See? We're
Yeah.
Oh,
switching
this
it
is
up.
confusing.
Make it
I'm
be
very
exciting.
confused now.
I could be like
I'm
the ring
doubly-
girls in boxing. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you
you
bring a
don't want
bikini?
to see me. God knows, no.
Okay. That gives us a little bit more. There.
Yeah,
Okay.
can you hear me well there?
You're kind of far away, but
I can't.
Nick,
That's
you
all right.
can hear her okay.
Hurts my back.
Yeah, okay, they can hear you.
Back
Okay.
issues.
Okay. Oh, okay. We don't want the back issue. Okay, let's do a sound check with Radio Roger.
You're listening to the Airline Pilot Guy Show. The view from our side of the cockpit door. WAPG.
Too loud?
Sounds good to me. What do you think, guys?
What the people on StreamYard, is that too loud or is it okay?
Didn't get
That's great.
much
That's
of a
good.
chance to.
Do, 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 do.
You want to play it one more time, Nick?
Yeah, I just didn't hear much of it.
You're listening to the Airline Pilot Guy Show. The view from our
sounds good.
side of the cockpit door.
Might be a little hot, but sounds good. Otherwise,
Okay, it sounds a little hot to me.
Oh, Mike Kuipers likes it.
Oh, well then let's go with it.
Yep.
I'll just adjust it just a little bit. Just a little tweak. Okay, and then
Oh, yeah. Tim Van Ramp said a little bit loud, so.
a little bit loud. Okay, so I brought it down. Let me see if this sounds better.
You're listening to the Airline Pilot.
It still sounds loud to me. Okay. Okay, and now let's hear.
You're listening to the Airline Pilot Guy Show. The view from our side of the cockpit door. WAPG.
It's the Airline Pilot Guy. Airline Pilot Guy, episode 670.
What do you think?
Guys.
fine.
Good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Saying good.
Tim?
Tim, Mike,
Do I need to...
better.
We're not doing any video right away, so
No,
I don't
not
need
right
to worry
away.
about that right now. Okay.
No, sir. We are not.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to get as close to 15 minutes in to nail your
Yeah,
half hour.
I knew you were looking at that.
I learned something today. She revealed that she has a little game she plays
Okay.
to figure out.
I always put I record the half-hour mark. I anticipate it. So I anticipate we're starting at 15 minutes after anyway. He's trying to make it work.
Okay, is this the only video that we have? Is this one about the Condor? Maybe it is. No, we have the Delta Flight Museum too, or Delta Museum.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me go to play,
Yeah.
and then I take this big giant thing and
Can I say something to you? Can you mute for a minute?
yeah.
This is the conversation about who's getting fired again.
Yeah, I know. It's like
Yeah.
HR having a private discussion.
Private, yeah. Yeah, we can't hear you, AJ. I think you're on mute.
Is this like when you're in the conference room and the bosses step out, but you can still see them through the glass window,
That's
but
right.
you can't hear them?
That's exactly it. That's exactly it.
I've just
All right.
worked out how to pronounce dominatrix.
Ooh.
And why would you need to know how to? Never mind.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
No. We're in
You'll
it
find
now.
out in about 90 seconds, I think.
Oh, okay. Oh, right.
Much too
Do I have to
deep at
put the
this point.
explicit tag on this before we start?
I thought we were
we'll
discuss
see.
just putting it on all the time.
Why not? Probably should. Okay, so I'm not muted, and we are going to look up the Evernote thing here. And did we determine that we are actually being recorded in StreamYard? What's that?
Oh, that was me
That's
texting
you.
Liz.
I put it on airplane.
Yeah, well, that now we know the answer. It does not mute notifications.
I know a guy.
Don't be sending me stuff in the middle of the frickin' show, and I'm not doing anything with those. So
I asked if it was too late.
it is too late.
Okay, fair enough.
We now know who's getting fired.
Yes.
Oh, let's be honest.
exactly.
We all knew already.
What a shame. He was such a nice guy, too.
So where the hell do I go?
Okay, it's been fun. See you guys later.
Come back. Let's see. Ow. Ow.
message.
I'm sorry.
I was going to tell you, Jeff, you got to be careful what you say because she can actually reach you now.
I know she can actually.
Yeah,
read me.
you need to be ready with that, Jeff.
All right. I guess I
When
turned
just
it off.
after you've introduced me.
Okay. What should we say here? Okay. I think we are, as ready as ever.
Yep.
Okay, let's go to the. Oh, this is all changed too. This looks different.
Oh yeah, so it has.
What happened to the? Okay, here it is. Ready?
Yep.
You're listening to the Airline Pilot Guy Show. The view from our side of the cockpit door.
APG. It's the Airline Pilot Guy. Airline Pilot Guy, episode 670. It's the Airline Pilot Guy. Hello, you're listening to the Airline Pilot Guy Show, the view from our side of the cockpit door, with your host, Captain Jeff, broadcasting live from the shores of Georgian Bay. Today's show is recorded the week of July 14th, 2025. It's the sky. It's the Airline Pilot Guy. It's riding by with the Airline Pilot Guy. In today's episode, a disturbing report on last month's fatal Air India crash. Investigators find that the cockpit switches controlling fuel to the plane's engines were in the cutoff position. Also ahead, your feedback and today's plane tale, what's in a name? So get all settled in. Tray tables and seat backs in the upright and locked positions. Electronic devices powered on. I'm Radio Roger, and Flight 670 is ready for pushback.
Thank you, Radio Roger. He's an award-winning TV and radio reporter, currently at the #1 all-news station in the nation. 1010 wins on 92.3 FM in New York City. Welcome to the Airline Pilot Guy Show. It's an aviation podcast covering the latest in aviation news and answering your great feedback. I'm Captain Jeff, a former U.S. Air Force pilot and retired Delta Airlines captain. And joining us from his studio,
Hartford, Hereford, and Hampshire.
oh, I'm still supposed to talk here. Retired professional dog photographer, former RAF, RAAF fighter pilot, retired Airbus A330, A340 captain for Virgin Atlantic Airways. It's Captain Nick.
Hi there, Jeff. Lovely to be chatting to you all the way over in Canada. Brilliant. Is it snowy? You'll tell us later, I'm sure. Show 670. Isn't that amazing? Well, I found a 670 in aviation, and it was a Polish Air Force MiG-23, NATO code name Flogger. Not a dominatrix, or perhaps it was, I don't know. Anyway, it's on display in the Polish Air Force Museum in Krakow.
Cracking the whip.
Crack out that whip, yeah. Let's see. I got to get on that. Here we go. Ow!
There we go.
Sorry, Nick, on this. Ow!
Oh,
Yeah. Well,
All
Miss
right, very
Flogger,
good.
she's at it again.
Yeah, yep, she is quite the flogger for sure. All right, and also, thank you, Nick, for that. Also joining us from the north woods of the Atlanta suburbs, race car driver, chef, commercial multi-engine instrument-rated pilot with an interest in anything with enough horsepower to kill him. It's AJ Schramm, Alpha Juliet.
Works better when I'm not on mute. Hey, guys.
Yeah, I don't know.
Figured I'd take the hit for the first screw up on the show. Glad to do that. Yeah, straight from the airport, still sweating from the airplane, but glad to be here.
Great to have you with us. All right. And also joining us from his home studio in Huntington Beach, California, current first officer on the Airbus 320 family at a major U.S. carrier, the best one, volunteer flight instructor and check pilot with the Civil Air Patrol. It's RJ Ranjit Rajan.
Hello, guys. Happy to be here once again. I'm glad that this worked out.
We are too. And finally, last but not least, seated right next to me from our studio in
On the shores of Georgian Bay.
on the shores of the Georgian Bay. She's a retired financier and aviation enthusiast, spreadsheet master, and it's our producer, Liz Piper.
Here I am. Yeah, here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello. If you're watching the
hello.
video, we're sitting right next to each other at a table in front of a nice landscape window and looking out at the Owen Sound, I think.
Owen Sound, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's part of Georgian Bay. Yep.
Beautiful cottage here. We're having a great time together. So
We haven't killed each other yet.
not yet.
Not quite.
But after the show, I don't know.
Yeah.
I might be leaving early. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was thinking about
No,
staying.
you're
a little
not
bit.
leaving.
Oh,
It's like Hotel California. You can check in, but you can never leave.
I'm scared now.
There you go.
Really.
All right, let's do some news.
All right.
boys.
Yes, ma'am.
Stand by for news.
Okay. We'll take a little technical break here. Some people are saying that our audio is wonky.
Well, it's
I
not
think it's just when they talk
your
over the
audio.
intro.
It is just the sound effects, Jeff. So all the background music and
Yeah.
bumpers are coming through wobbly. They're fading in and out. But I guess you can fix that in post.
I can fix that in post.
Yeah.
Indeed. That's
Yeah,
what I
but
guess.
the audio of you talking, the mic and all of that, that's all fine.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. All right. Good to hear. And that sometimes the audio with the music bed and the mixed with the microphones, if the signal isn't like super
Strong.
great or strong, then it'll sometimes have
We're
trouble.
up in the North Woods here.
Oh,
guys.
wait, hang on. One more thing it might be, actually. Let me look at the settings here.
You got woodpeckers up there, Liz?
I think there are some. I don't think I've heard any, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Lots. We have a swan that swims by every day and gets
Oh,
Poppy all
swanning
excited.
around, eh?
Yeah, just swanning around.
Okay, I think I figured out the problem. I had the reduce background noise setting clicked in StreamYard. And so it was like, oh, what's this background noise? Let's get rid of it.
I'll reduce that.
Yeah.
So do we start again?
No, I think that, or I guess, would it be okay? No.
Well, whatever you like.
We could start from just the introduction part. We don't have to play the whole intro. You know what I mean? Like just the individual introductions?
Whatever you want.
Okay. I think I'm going to do that because it'll make it easier on my post editing.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to.
I can't say those jokes again.
Oh,
You get 25 seconds. Come up with new jokes.
It's just that I've deleted all the text.
Oh, no.
oh no.
Control Z.
So you
Control
can't.
Z.
You just keep on going.
Are you sure?
I think we should just keep on.
Okay, I'll just fix it in post because look,
I'll fix
I'll
it in
fix it in
post.
post.
Perfect.
there we go.
Be a
She's
nice
trying to be a
human.
nice human.
Yeah. And you're
You're
fixing
a
it in
great
post.
human, Jeff.
You're fixing that in post, too.
Jeff.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Yes. Yes, dear.
No, you said you.
Oh.
Go.
Okay, so we've already played the news bumper, so let's go to the. This is so much fun.
It is.
It is.
It's very
If
confusing.
you just keep saying that, you'll start feeling it.
Yeah.
Like if you smile, then you start feeling happier,
Right.
right? Okay. All right. So we'll just jump right on into
Lost
this
Nick
thing
now. Where it's
here. What?
I've just
where's
lost my
Nick?
camera. Don't worry. It's done one of its
Okay.
hiccups. I'll be
All
back in
right.
a
Oh,
sec.
no.
We'll just do some reading and you can listen. And
He had to change his shirt.
It was going so well.
Yeah, sure was. Okay, we're going to start with this update on the Air India Flight 171 crash. On the 12th of July, which was just 2 days ago, we're recording this on the 14th of July, the AAIB released their preliminary report stating that 19 people on the ground were killed, 241 on board of the aircraft and the surviving passenger received serious injuries. And continuing, and this is a quote from the preliminary report, the thrust lever quadrant sustained significant thermal damage. Both thrust levers were found near the aft idle position. However, the EAFR data revealed that the thrust levers remained forward in takeoff thrust until the impact. Both fuel control switches were found in the run position. The reverser levers were bent but were in the stowed position. The wiring from the toga switches and autothrottle disconnect switches were visible but heavily damaged. And we are, go ahead and show that. Yeah, there's a picture that we're showing in the video. We'll have in the show notes of the throttle quadrant and the engine fuel control switches. Flaps were firmly located in the 5 degrees takeoff position. The APU inlet door was found open. The ram air turbine was deployed in the initial takeoff immediately after takeoff. The aircraft started to lose altitude before crossing the airport perimeter wall. The AIB wrote, as per the EAFR data, the aircraft crossed the takeoff decision speed V1, achieved 153 knots indicated airspeed at 33 seconds past the hour, past the 8 o'clock minute. So we're just going to refer to the seconds right now, 33.
808.
808 and 33, but I'm just going to do the seconds.
Okay.
33. The VR rotate speed is 155 was achieved as per the EAFR at 35 seconds. The aircraft air-ground sensors transitioned to air mode consistent with liftoff at 39. The aircraft achieved the maximum recorded speed of 180 knots indicated at about 42 seconds. And immediately thereafter, the Engine 1 and Engine 2 fuel cutoff switches transitioned from run to cutoff, one after another within a time gap of 1 second. The engine N1 and N2 began to decrease from their takeoff values as the fuel supply to the engines was cut off. In the cockpit voice recording, one of the pilots is heard asking the other why he did cutoff. The other pilot responded that he did not do so. As per the EAFR data, both engines' N2 values passed below minimum idle speed, and the RAT hydraulic pump began supplying hydraulic power at about 47 seconds. As per the EAFR, the Engine 1 fuel cutoff switch transitioned from cutoff to run at about 52 seconds, so about 10 seconds after the recorder recorded them being shut off. The APU inlet door began opening at about 54, so a couple seconds later, consistent with the APU auto start logic. Thereafter, at 56 seconds, so 808:56, the Engine 2 fuel cutoff switch also transitioned from cutoff to run. So the other switch, a few seconds later. When fuel control switches are moved from cutoff to run while the aircraft's in flight, each engine's full authority dual engine control, FADEC, automatically manages a relight and thrust recovery sequence of ignition and fuel introduction. The EGT was observed to be rising for both engines, indicating relight. Engine 1's core deceleration stopped, reversed, and started to progress to recovery. Engine 2 was able to relight but could not arrest core speed deceleration and reintroduced fuel repeatedly to increase core speed acceleration and recovery. The EAFR recording stopped at 0809:11 UTC. At about 6 seconds before the recording stopped, one of the pilots transmitted "Mayday, Mayday, Mayday." And I don't know why they didn't include it here, but they also said something about the thrust was...
We have no thrust.
we have no thrust or something like that, to that effect. The air traffic control... ATCO, what's the O stand for? Do you know? The ATCO inquired about the call sign. I guess the controller. That was on the frequency.
Yeah, it's control officer, I think.
Control officer, okay. He did not get any response, but observed the aircraft crashing outside the airport boundary and activated the emergency response. So they go on and talk about the emergency response. They also spend some time here in the report saying that, or it's India's media reported that the investigation is not focusing on a human action causing the fuel switches to appear in the cutoff position, but on a system failure. And then they refer to the service bulletin issued by Boeing in 2018 recommending to upgrade the fuel switches to locked versions to prevent inadvertent flip of the switches, as well as the FAA/GE issued service bulletin relating to loss of control issue. See also see above. They were not implemented by Air India. The stated MN4 computer with faulty, I guess maybe they stated MN4 computer with faulty soldering might weaken and lose contact due to the thermal stress after a number of cycles, interprets data and commands fuel metering valves with the lost contact attaching the MN4 processor to the engine, electronic engine control, intermittent electrical contact, loss of signal processing, and engine control faults can occur. The special service bulletin writes under conditions an LOTC, loss of thrust control event has occurred due to an EEC MN4 microprocessor solder ball failure. According to discussions in the industry, it may be possible with a number of cycles of this airframe had already been completed. The solder balls were weakened sufficiently to detach the MN4 from the EEC momentarily due to loads during the takeoff rotation, leading to the loss of control of thrust and shutdown of the engines. Okay, so that's the stuff that was just released, or the very, very important items located in the preliminary report. Now, I don't know, do you all think it's a little odd that they kind of went out of their way to say, oh, but we're not really looking at the possibility that this is human interaction here with these switches?
Well, if you
Very
read it,
dubious.
it's saying that the media said that.
Yeah.
Like it's
Okay.
it's like a rumor. So I don't think it's been officially said.
Okay.
If you read that, I think.
Okay.
And I just
Yeah.
see on, on Av Herald today, July 14th, India's DGCA instructed airlines to check the fuel switches on the Boeing 787 and Boeing 737 aircraft as used by Air India Group, Indigo, and SpiceJet for possible disengagement of the fuel control switch locking feature, according to the SAIB released by the FAA on December 17, 2018. The checks have to be completed by July 21st, 2025. So that's like the newest update that just
Oh,
came out.
sorry, we missed it.
No worries.
Yeah, well,
No, I'm
hey,
glad
RJ
you're
got
here.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah, well,
Right,
teamwork.
it's a team effort here.
Yeah.
So I'm unclear about this because it almost makes it sound like the switches that are currently installed that haven't been changed via the service bulletin are like you can just bump them with your fist or hand or something and they'll just go to the opposition. I'm thinking, what airplanes made in the last 20, 25,
Yeah.
30 years have that kind? Because, the airplane, like the Boeing 717, the MD-90s, they both had FADEX systems. They had that, you had to pull the
Over center.
knob towards
Yeah.
you, over center, and then down.
Yeah. Yep.
But is it possible that there are still switches that you can just, without any kind of guards or anything on them, they just
Yeah,
bump them off?
I don't know. I mean, this is very so. I've never been in the flight deck of a 787, so I wouldn't know. But yeah, and that's what I think about is all the engine control switches and fuel control switches that I've flown with in the different types of aircraft have always had some sort of over center locking, or even a guarded switch for that matter. So this seems to be unique on its own. So I don't know if this is a design flaw in the early 7.8s or something like that.
You got a comment in the chat room?
I'm really, really curious about this because I'm with you, Jeff. I can't believe they designed out of all their previous fuel control switches a possible fault in the brand new Dreamliner control switches. They're pretty standard, these switches, and why they would change the design to make them less safe, I don't believe they would. And I'm really I think they're floundering a little bit, looking for some cause that doesn't point directly and immediately at a deliberate action by one of the crew, or perhaps not necessarily a deliberate action, but because people move the wrong switches, and that's not necessarily deliberate. But these switches require a definite and purposeful action to turn them. You don't accidentally brush them off. And apart from the fact you'd have to get your hand between the throttles and the switches and avoid those two little guards on the edges right beside the switches, which are there as well, just to prevent them being accidentally brushed off. So you've got more than one safety feature here. And what's more, the timing of those switches coming off at 1 second intervals. I'm just thinking to the hundreds of times I shut down all the engines on my aircraft. I would go across to the number one and go click, number two, click, number three, click, all the while watching and then number four, click. And it was, almost exactly the same timing as what occurred here. Yeah. And I'm saying, well, if you brush the switches off, why would there be a 1 second delay gap between the first one going off and the second one going off? So I'm not trying to double guess what's here too much, but I still don't believe it was necessarily a fault of the design of these switches. But there you go.
Anthony Leota in our live audience says, if the fuel cutoffs were manually switched off, would the RAT deploy? I think the logic is if it senses a dual engine shutdown, it's supposed to, and in flight,
in the air,
does automatically. Yeah, in the air.
It wouldn't do it on the ground when you shut the engines down there.
Yeah, is there a process? Yeah, good point. That's a little messy.
Yeah,
and, it gets expensive replacing
very
the
quickly.
RAT every time.
Yes.
Yeah, is there a process?
Get really annoyed having to reset the RAT every time you shut down.
Yeah. Okay. So he says, is there a process they do so it does not deploy with it? Yeah. So it's got the ground air ground logic has to be activated for that to happen.
Mike also has a comment here.
Who? Okay. Master of None says, I read that the first officer was the pilot flying and the captain was the pilot monitoring. The captain asked the captain of asked the first officer.
I don't think that they had identified the voices. The last thing I read was that they heard someone ask someone, but they couldn't identify who was asking.
Yeah, they're just giving them the generic name of a voice or a pilot. So one of them asked that. We don't know which one. But it's obviously that one of them was going, what's happened? And the other guy is going, well, it wasn't me. And I'm going,
who else could have been?
That's interesting.
Was
just the two of them.
Was it? Or was it one on
Were there just two
jump seat?
Two pilots up there, I think?
No, the report makes it seem like there are just two pilots on board.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if they
they didn't talk about any, an augmented crew or anything like that. And they were just going to Heathrow. So.
Would there be any other
Gatwick,
indication?
I'm sorry.
Would there be any other indication on the EFIS or anything that shows that those switches were shut off specifically? Or would you see a reduction in fuel flow or anything other than the N1 going down?
Yeah, you'd see an indication, but as soon as the logic, I'm assuming it's something vaguely like Airbus, as soon as the logic on the aircraft goes, we're flying and you've just shut an engine down, that'll come up as an engine failure on an Airbus. So, you get ECAM warnings, and we've got absolutely no indication that they've got any emergency warnings.
I guess what I'm asking is what else would lead him to say, why did you turn those switches off? What made him go, those switches were turned off? Could there be a message that says fuel cutoff selected, or fuel supply low, or fuel flow low?
I don't know enough about the 787 to say, but
I'm just wondering, other than looking at the switch and seeing that it is in fact off, how else could he have figured out that's the problem other than N1 coming down? Because that could be any number of things. Anytime an engine's running down, I'm not going to go, gee, did somebody turn the fuel off? That's on my list, but it's not the immediate aspect.
Maybe the possibility of just instinctively putting your hand, because your hands are on the throttles, and just moving them down, and then ensuring that the switches are up. Maybe he felt them both down, and maybe he was the one that put them back in the
Right.
run, 'cause I don't know.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm just wondering if he specifically noticed the actual switches were off.
Yeah.
That's a
felt
clue
them
in and
were
of
off.
itself that the switches were in fact off.
By the way, I don't know Boeing SOPs, but if it was my aircraft, no one would have their hands on their throttles at this point. Because we take our hands off at V1.
Oh, that's true.
And we wouldn't put them back again until
Yeah.
you throttle the engines back at the deceleration phase at about 1,000, 1,200 feet, somewhere
Yeah.
around there.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. Yeah, he would not have his hands on the throttles at that point.
Mind you,
sorry
some
for the,
people did, but no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it just wasn't SOP.
yeah. I
Now,
don't know if you can hear that
interestingly,
background noise
this-
there, guys. Got some. The neighbor next door has a workshop,
Oh, okay.
and he has some power tools that he's decided to use right
It,
now.
it's not loud. Don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
don't worry about it. It's not
Micah
that
has a
All right.
comment here. Micah.
All right, I think Captain Nick was about to
Oh, sorry.
say something.
Yeah, I was just going to say the second possible cause that they're hinting at here is a fault in this computer with faulty soldering, which is a slightly different pronunciation. The chance, I don't know, the logic of this bit, the chance of two solder joints failing within 1 second of each other, I thought was a bit remote. So I can understand you losing one, but losing both right on top of each other, that's kind of really stretching the bounds of possibility. So I'm not
to add on
too
to that-
sure about that at all.
To add on to that, it says loss of thrust control, not loss of thrust. So it surprises me that a solder joint breaking would cause such a distinct string of events in order to shut down an engine.
Yeah. Well, you have to delve into, I guess, the logic of how this thing is written. And is that a central computer that then feeds out to the FADEC, or is that in the FADEC? Because if it's in the FADEC, then that's even more remote, that you get a failure simultaneously in both FADECs within a second of each other. So I would need to know an awful lot more about what that processor, where it is, and what its function is before I could think it was related to this.
But you're right.
Some
You're
787
absolutely right,
people
Nick.
in the
The
community
1
could come.
second apart is very intriguing. You know.
Yes.
Yeah. Because
Very
if I was going to,
suspicious.
and it has been known for people to make, completely nonsensical selections on the flight deck before. And I've even done it myself, not the selection with the control,
No.
but I remember I was departing out of LA and I was thinking to myself during the takeoff, I was going through my head the actions that I would take. This is, kind of a standard thing for me if we rejected the takeoff. And I was thinking, if we had a failure at this point, I would do this. And because there's, you've got time to do that while you're just accelerating the initial part of the run. I was just going to, preparing myself if we had to reject the takeoff. And when we got to rotate speed, I didn't say rotate because I've been thinking about rejection. I said go. And then I went, oh, that was silly. Rotate. And because I've been thinking about the go-stop decision. And so, when I had to say something next, I blurted out part of what was in my brain that I was thinking of at the time, rather than the correct call, which was rotate.
Better go
rotate.
than reject.
Yes, it's good. Good job I didn't say stop, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I mean, I had my hands on the throttle, so
Yeah.
he couldn't have. Because the captain always held the throttles on takeoff. He wouldn't. There was no concern that anything would have happened. But it was just one of those odd things that I did. And I've heard another pilot on giving a talk about his life in flying Tridents. So a bit old school now. And he said he was doing a takeoff, and they got to the rotate. And the first officer called rotate, and he said, and I reached down and put the parking brake on. what? You think to yourself, what on earth were you thinking? And he as they got airborne, he burst all the tires on this Trident as they took off. And he had to turn around and come back and land with no wheels, which was quite interesting. But that was one of those cognitive failures that we're all prone to at times. And there are mitigations. There are ways to mitigate that. And, it might be worth having a discussion or even a plaintail or something just to say, let's deal with this. Let's talk about this in a bit more detail and work out what we do to stop our brains doing these kind of weird things. But it was very interesting. And perhaps, I'm not... it's going through my brain, so I might as well say it. Perhaps the captain was going, God, I wish we were shutting down right now. Because I've had enough of this flight already. That's a dreadful thing to say, isn't it? Yeah. Anyway.
I was loving all the panic happening on our other square here.
Well, okay. Yeah, so here in the cottage, Poppy, Liz's wonderful dog, was getting upset about something and yelling out something. And then I looked over and saw a dog come into frame, and I was thinking that was here in the cottage, but it's RJ's video that I'm watching, and I'm thinking there's a dog that just came in, like the neighbor's dog or something like that. No wonder Poppy is so
After
upset.
the dog attack, you know.
You
like,
never know. Yeah.
Where are all these dogs coming from?
And then I went, "No, you idiot! That's RJ's dog. It's not here."
Okay, so we just are at the half-hour mark. We'll do some getting to know us. How about
Okay.
that?
We're hearing that and the private communications that you all can't hear. Oh, wait. No, you all can. No. Because of the way we're doing this. It's a little bit different. Okay. Yeah, for those of you who are new to watching the video here, what we're doing is we're recording an audio podcast, and this is kind of like, what do we say? You can watch us making the sausage, so to speak, and sometimes it gets a little ugly. But hey, that's what we do. All right. Let's go ahead and let's see. I gotta ease right back into this. Okay, well, that was an interesting update from the preliminary report on the Air India flight, and we hope to learn some more as the investigation continues. Speaking of continuing, that's what we're going to do right now by I'm going to press this button here that says Getting to Know Us, which is one of my favorite segments of the show, where we kind of get to know what we've been doing between shows. Oh, yeah. Get it done. Oh, we don't normally sing this, though, do we? No, we do the coffee fund.
You've sung this before. I've heard it.
Yeah, but after Steph got really upset with me
Steph
not
is
doing the right
soured
thing.
on it.
This is your chance.
I know, but I'm just not going to do it.
She's coming.
Because I'm going to see her in a couple of days, and I don't want her to be too upset with us. Anyway, that's how women affect me. So what was I going to say? Oh, I was going to say, hey, let's go with RJ, since RJ has not been on the show for several episodes, and would like to kind of hear what you have been up to, sir.
Oh, not very much, not a lot, but I am happy to share what little I have had, what experiences I have had. Well, the last time I was here was the day after my wife and I adopted my second dog, who was here. And I could happily say that both Maya and Maverick are both doing very well. They're getting along very well. So we've spent quite a bit of time kind of getting them both adjusted to life here with another dog, as well as we've also done, we've started a little bit of training. We've also started a little bit of training for both of them, just to kind of refresh Maya's training as well as get Maverick some sort of basic obedience and walking training and stuff like that. So that's been kind of taking up most of my free time. And that been flying a lot. Summer schedules at the airlines is kind of busy, so I've been flying quite a bit. Last weekend, July 4th, my dogs don't do really well with the fireworks, and here in Huntington Beach, there's quite a lot of fireworks. A lot of them the less than legal variety, let's put it that way. And they get very terrified. So every year we kind of use that opportunity to kind of go away somewhere. So we went to Big Bear, rented a Airbnb up there in Big Bear, and just hung out there for for 4 days. Yeah, and the dogs really liked it. Went hiking every day. It was great.
But they still had fireworks going on off up there as well, right?
No,
Just not as-
so they have this because of the bald eagle population there and the fire risk up there, Big Bear. They have one 30-minute show that the city runs in the middle of the lake. They have a barge, and then they set the fireworks off there, and that's the only fireworks that exist up there. So for the most of it was really nice because the dogs had a good time. We had a great time going on different hikes and all of that. So that was fun.
Don't the lakes burn in California too?
Only when you douse them in petrol. But until you do that, it's fine.
Okay.
That's not something they haven't done that at Big Bear for quite a number of years.
For quite a number of years, just because of the fuel prices. That's the only reason.
I left California in 2006, 2007. Yeah, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
All right. So, RJ, since we are still focusing on you, you reached out to me while you were listening to, or after you listened to episode 669.
That's correct.
And you said, you may have already heard this from someone else. No, we hadn't yet, but I'm sure we will probably hear more. But a small correction, actually it's a big correction. At Delta Airlines, the engineer wings, when we had engineers, have no star. The FO wings do have a star, and the captain wings have the star and oak leaves that are on both sides of the star. And so Liz is showing on the video, and we'll have this in the show notes as well, the image of the captain's wings on the top and the first officer wings below it. And I should have known that, but I've only been retired now, for a year and a half or so, and I'm pretty much just flushing my brain of pretty much all aviation knowledge, I think.
As you should. You know. Yeah. As
At least
another show would say.
Uniform knowledge, yeah.
Right. As another show would say, the penguins are falling off the iceberg.
Yeah, they are. We'll see. The problem with my situation is the iceberg is melting.
Yeah.
And it's getting smaller and smaller.
And smaller, I see.
So
yeah.
It doesn't
less
hold very
realistic.
many penguins.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, I don't know. Did we talk about last time you were on your? I think maybe you did your nice vacation to Singapore.
Yeah, we did.
Where you?
I think we did. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
we did.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
Marina
then-
Bay. And,
Oh, never
Yes,
mind then.
that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, and for Oshkosh news, I am planning on being there at Oshkosh all week at Oshkosh. Thankfully, I managed to bid time off, so all things go according to plan. I should be there sometime Sunday, and the whole week, and then leave again on Sunday morning, sometime on Sunday. But
Okay.
I should be at the campgrounds. And I hope to run
Excellent.
into many people. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a possibility that AJ and I will be staying until Sunday morning as well. So,
Okay. Very good.
Great. Well, we can't wait to see you in person, RJ.
Absolutely.
And thanks for
Likewise.
taking the time out today to
No
join
worries.
us. So,
Glad-
how are the teeth? You know, you had a dental
Oh yes,
appointment.
at a
You
dentist. Yeah,
okay?
no issues. Thankfully, no drilling sounds were heard.
Yeah,
no.
good.
Yeah, so this is good.
No mouth numbness or anything.
No,
It
nothing
sound-
like that. Nothing like that.
No
I'm
drooling?
sorry.
Yeah.
No more than usual. Let's
Oh,
put it
got
that
it.
way. Yeah.
We got to read this comment before.
Okay, we have a
Extraneous
comment
to
from Master of None. It's not like you need any aviation knowledge to run the biggest aviation podcast there is. Yeah,
No.
that's true. But that's why I have all these wonderful people that we invite on as co-hosts.
And the community.
We prove that
And the
every
community,
week.
of course, the live chat that we have. By the way, if you've never joined us while we record live, you should, because you can have fun and you can also be helpful to us and be part of the crew while we're recording the show.
Jeff, I think you need to go to Canada more often because we have more people in the live chat than usual.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, come to Canada more often. That's
Okay,
good.
all right.
I like it.
They let you in, huh?
Yeah, they did. I was,
Oh,
I
wow.
was worried.
The real fun question is he
It's
going to
not
get back
getting into
into
Canada.
Canada?
That's the problem. It's getting
Yeah,
home
that-
again.
That might be the problem.
Turn them around and come back to the cottage.
Yeah, if they turn me back and won't let me in, then I'll just come back to the cottage, and then I'll go to the condo in
I'll
Toronto
just
and
live here now.
live the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I might know
Yeah.
somebody with an airplane. We can just fly very low back to Oshkosh. It'll be fine.
Okay.
Good
Very
idea.
good.
Who's next?
Yeah, who would like to go next? Okay, not everybody. Don't everybody jump up.
AJ.
Okay,
I'm
AJ.
choosing
I guess me.
Yeah.
Let's see. Been a little bit of a busy week since we recorded last. Got to do a little bit of flying. Went and flew as a safety pilot for a friend of mine in our flying club, and it was a little exciting because it was afternoon, evening in the south in the summer, which means there's lots and lots and lots of thunderstorms everywhere, but they're tiny, so you just kind of have to ping pong around. But I got a couple of cool pictures of some of the storms as we were coming down shooting an approach. So poor Todd's in the left seat, and he's got the foggles on, so he can only see inside the airplane. And I'm looking out and watching all these thunderstorms were passing by and nudging the yoke just a little bit to the left every once in a while. Just a little
We
bit.
should go this way a
Just
little bit more.
Yeah, that was a good time, and got to do a little formation flying as well with another one of our club members.
Ooh.
There's absolutely nothing more exciting than two 172s in formation. Tell you that.
Yeah,
Very nice.
I mean, the Blue Angels and the Thunderbirds have nothing on that.
No,
Nothing.
absolutely
No.
nothing.
I sent him a video just to give him some tips.
Oh, good.
This is how it's done.
Yeah.
Are you guys flying in Oshkosh on the night air show then?
We're gonna do some of the explosive passes when we're gonna drop some bombs out of the 172.
Oh, very good.
Set up some pyro. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Oh,
It's
nice.
gonna be awesome. But yeah,
Well, let
it
me
was a
know
good
where
time.
you think you're going to be dropping them, because I'll be somewhere else. Yeah.
You're going with me. I thought no,
Oh no.
Not to do
you're supposed to be my spotter. What happened?
Well, we'll talk. By the way, speaking of talking, I think last week, we didn't record a show last week. It was a little busy, and but AJ and I did meet for lunch, and then we got some of AJ's camping gear and put it in the RVS, and so I, as far as he knows, I still have it with me.
Yeah, was that why we went to the pawn shop the other day?
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
We're recording right now.
Did you get better prices in Canada? I guess you would because of the Canadian dollar,
Yeah,
right? So you got
it's a lot
bigger
more.
numbers
Although,
anyway.
actually, when you work it all out, it was not as much.
Math's not my thing. It's fine.
No, still have your stuff and the electric scooter
Have
and all
you,
that.
have
kind
you
of
ridden the
stuff.
scooter yet?
No.
Did you
I
go
thought
get a
I-
helmet?
I was thinking no. I was thinking that I would probably break it. So I decided to not touch it.
We're on a gravel road here, so
Yeah.
Well, Liz, as long as you video it, you can do whatever you want.
Anyway, so good to see you, AJ, and I guess I'll be seeing you soon.
Saturday.
Saturday.
My plan now is fly into Milwaukee on Friday, and I'm going to fly the arrival in with a friend of mine for his first time flying into Oshkosh. I'm a safety pilot for him on Saturday morning. And then it sounds like I'm probably going to fly the arrival again for another friend of mine for his first flight into Oshkosh on Sunday morning.
Oh, wow.
So I'll be flying into the air show twice at least, and probably not flying out.
Getting a lot of practice in, anyway.
so Ant has a comment here.
And in our live chat says we need Captain
See?
Jeff on the scooter and in the
See?
video. Yeah, I know why. He wants to
public
see me
wants it.
fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the NASCAR. They want
Yeah,
an
exactly.
accident.
That's why everybody wants to watch.
Not that you're going to
NASCAR.
be going NASCAR speed.
No.
Well,
Anyway.
remember, Liz, I can control it with my phone. So
Oh.
Put the emergency brake on. Well, hey.
And then I got
Captain Nick
one
is
last
next.
one last thing
Sorry.
I'll mention. I got
Yes.
the chance to kind of fill in Father's Day and my dad's birthday are both very close together, and he was out of town for both of them, so we got to have a little feast. So I did a smoked leg of lamb and some little Greek
good.
salad with cucumbers and feta, and did the whole thing. So I figured, I keep talking about being a chef, and I guess I should show some evidence of that.
Yeah.
So
Looks
That's
good.
very nice.
quite
The
quite
lamb
happy
looks
with how that
lovely
turned
and pink.
Yeah.
It came out quite nice, and then I made a true shepherd's pie with the leftovers afterward.
Not
the next
exactly, not a
day.
cottage
Yeah, how many
pie.
shepherds
cottage
do you
pie.
need in a shepherd's pie?
Just one
Well,
if it's
more
big
than
enough.
one because it's plural,
Oh.
right?
And you have
Okay,
it,
yeah.
if you have his crook sticking up to let the steam out at the top.
Now, wait a minute. Is it plural or is it possessive with an apostrophe?
Well, it depends on how many shepherds you put in it.
Shepherds.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay. Yeah. So, great. Well, look forward to seeing both of the J's, the AJ and the RJ.
And
at
just to
Oshkosh.
confuse you, my dad, RJ,
Yes.
might be coming later in the
boy.
week as well. So we'll have to have all the J's hang out together.
That'll be confusing.
We'll get
Okay.
name
And
tags.
I can be JP.
Yeah.
Okay. That's my middle name, or JN, whatever. All right. Captain Nick, help us, please.
Help, yes. Help.
Indeed, yeah, love to. First things first, we've got an event coming up here in London on July 24th. So not long, really. It's only 10 days away. So Logan Lynch, one of our lovely listeners and a super guy, Logan is coming across to the UK with his lovely wife, and they wanted to organise a bit of a meetup. So they have arranged they've got a reservation at the Shard. Now, the Shard is a great big, spiky, huge, great big. I think it's the largest skyscraper in Europe or whatever. Anyway, the Shard is pretty impressive, and he's reserved a table at the Shard in the Obelix West at 6:30 p.m. on July 24th. Now, myself, my lady wife, and Nev from PT UK and his lovely lady are attending. But I didn't realize he wanted to throw it open, but he has. And he said, if anyone else would like to attend, please have them email me and I will modify our reservation. So that's a really nice offer. And if anyone wants to come and join us all and talk pilot stuff while we're floating around at the top of the Shard with our heads in the clouds and watching the airliners from going into Heathrow flying past the windows, that would be kind of great fun. Now, I'm not going to give Logan's email address out on the air, but what I would say is just send in an email to feedback@airlinepilotguide.com, and if Liz would be happy, she will forward those requests to Logan, and he can then modify the reservations. Ever so kind. So looking forward to that. We'll obviously have a camera up there, and we'll record a little get together video. So we will have that on a subsequent show.
There's no limit to the number you can have up there. Like, I mean,
Well, I don't know, but obviously you're paying your own way. So
right. No,
we'll
Anyway.
wait and see how many people respond. But
Captain
he
Nick
has
is paying for
apparently
everybody.
Yeah,
That's
isn't
true.
that nice?
Wow.
That's
thrown
right.
it open.
No,
I'm not
I'm
going to be
happy.
there anymore. I've had to cancel my reservation now,
Yeah,
very,
yeah, just
very
a last minute-
recently.
Just a
Yeah,
last minute thing.
absolutely.
just
Over
came
the
up.
last few seconds, I've decided that I won't be able to go now. So I'm sorry about that. But
I'm happy to forward the stuff to Logan.
thanks very much.
No.
Yeah. If Logan has a limit or the Shard have a limit, then first come, first serve. And if the table's full, we'll let you know and say, I'm sorry about that. Anyway, that's that. And the only other thing of interest, I mentioned the other day that I went off and had a bit of a meet-up with RH from that other podcast we sometimes talk about, the one that's as large as a continent or as big
The
as
one
the
that
world.
we're opposed to.
Yeah, the Opposing Bases podcast. We love RH and
We
AJ.
do.
They're great. Anyway, RH sent me a quick message this morning saying he'd landed at Heathrow, and he included a small video. Now, that's a quick snatch of the video of him landing at Heathrow this morning. I picked the one with the Virgin Atlantic hangar behind, because I thought
A lot of
that was
smoke
rather-
behind those tires.
Was that him landing?
No, sadly, I don't think he is in a position to do that yet, because
I think he was the bunkie.
sits. Yeah, he is a bit of a cruise captain at the moment, so Captain Cruise, and he doesn't get to play with the airplane at that time. So it's his captain. Actually, he did say that the captain hand flew it in from 7,000 feet. All the way without using the automatic, so I think that's really good.
He had his eyes closed, too.
Particularly since Heathrow can be a little tricky, because from 6,000 feet downwards, you are supposed to do a constant descent, constant angle descent, a CDA approach. And the idea is that you have the engines back close to idle, and you descend on about a 3-degree descent path. And their traffickers will give you your track miles, expected track miles, and you have to do the calculations so that you don't have to level off and advance the throttles. If you level off for more than 2 or 3 miles, which means you've had to open up the throttles and make a lot of noise over London, you ring the bells, and I think you get a bill come through from Heathrow saying, "You're a naughty boy. We're going to charge you £100,000 now for ringing all the bells." Some people, I mean, we all try and fly approaches using minimum power, because it's just nice for the environment and better for our fuel consumption. But sometimes it can be a bit tricky if you're not familiar. But it's something we always do and still do, obviously, at Heathrow. And RH was particularly impressed that his skipper did all this hand flying without use of any of the automatics to judge his arrival. So I'm impressed indeed. Good job.
Old school, baby. I love it.
Yeah, it is nice. Exactly right. Old school. Good. That's it from me. I accept perhaps the artwork, shall I?
We've got,
Yep.
I dribble on to the artwork. Okay. Last week we were talking about things, lots of blame, no credit, hail damage, APG illusions, blame the Wizzo, hail to the mischief. But the one that caught my eye was we needed a second set of eyes on the flight deck. So the artwork centers around Captain Jeff and his second set of eyes. And
more.
We've given him a background of eyeballs, and he's got an extra set of eyes on his captain's hat, which I think is a very impressive hat, actually. I like that hat. Do you want to find the logo?
Doesn't look like a Delta hat,
Yeah,
though.
where's that logo? I can't
No.
see
Well,
it.
it's not in Delta anymore, so
okay.
account for that.
Okay.
You shouldn't have a big problem finding the logo this week. All right, it's that big blue thing behind his head.
Yeah. Okay. I actually got that. Yeah.
If you
see that?
missed it,
Yeah.
you might need more eyes.
Yeah, exactly right. You might need a proper set of eyes. But we did manage to hide the show number, which was 669 last week. And they're in a couple of,
Then he goes,
3 of the eyeballs. There we go. We got a 6, and then down a 9. And that's to the left of Captain Jeff's hat. And, of course, we, to prevent myself from being given and put on the naughty boys seat, where the
tongue
dunce is at.
lashing.
Yeah, exactly. Again, I included the jackass because that's our penguin of choice, and it's in the center of the eyeball that's just on the tip of the W of show. So that's where you can find. It's just a
Pretty
headshot.
tiny on the whole
And now you don't have to do another Where's Wally picture.
Yeah,
Right
correct.
there.
I don't.
Yeah.
So I'm relieved of that duty, but I'll try and get the penguin every time. It's not hard to put him. I just forgot. Anyway, that's the show artwork for last week, and looking forward to your suggestions for this week.
Oh my goodness, I got to do that.
All right. What's wrong?
I'm not doing. I haven't got any titles yet.
Oh, no titles
no.
yet. You haven't been running down. Oh,
no.
that's all right. Oh, we got plenty of time to come up with some titles.
Captain Jeff.
Oh yeah, me. My turn. Okay. Let's see. So I set off on. Well, you don't have to do that.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, move it out of the way.
You're like,
Get out of the way.
You're like an old married couple, you two.
Let's see.
Thursday morning.
Thursday morning, I set off for my trip north and ended up in. Well, I was originally going to stay in the Lexington area, and then after we recorded the last show, 669, someone that everybody is familiar with, who used to be or used to work at Big Ass Fans in Lexington, Captain Nick and I received a wonderful tour of the Big Ass Fan Company when he worked there. Greg Peterson, he contacted me directly and said, "Hey, I was just listening to the show recording." He said, "How tied are you to Lexington for your first night stop on your journey up north?" And I said, why? And he said, "Well, for just 2 more hours, you could make it up here to where I live, just north of Cincinnati, and spend the night." He said the wife's out of town, got 2 extra empty rooms and cold beer and Kentucky bourbon. And I said, "Oh, you've talked me into it." So it was kind of a long day's drive, something close to about 7 or a little more than 7 hours altogether. But it was worth it. And so there's a picture now that we'll have in the show notes, and it's also being shown on our video. There's Greg in front of his new home in Lebanon, Ohio, and really beautiful home. And he's got his big old truck right behind him that doesn't fit in any of his garages, and a big Blackstone flat grill. Or griddle, I guess I should say. And he made dinner. Oh, I forgot. That was another thing that he used to incentivize my stay. And he said, "I'll fix some pork chops on the grill and some nice fried rice on the grill or griddle." And then also he made some of this crispy Brussels sprouts.
Love them.
So good, so good. So we had quite a feast at Greg's place. And then the next day, we set off in his truck and went to visit one of the General Electric facilities, one where they do some training and also kind of a promotional place that have most of the engines that they manufacture on stands, and so you get to get a really close-up view of these engines. And man, I tell you what, some of these things, I mean, even the small ones are pretty big, and then when you see the really big ones like the GE 90 and the GE 9X and the GE NX engines, they're huge. And the other thing I was going to say, we were talking about fuel control units earlier, or actually no, FADEC control modules. I don't know. In my mind, I was thinking that these things were like, something like the size of my Stream Deck controller, not that large, because it's just electronics and, circuitry and CPUs and that kind of thing. That darn thing weighs like, I think 34 pounds. I think it said on the label. And it's about, I don't know, I'd say like 2 feet wide and 1.5 feet tall or deep, and actually the depth of the thing is like 4 or 5 inches. I mean, this thing is made of like solid metal, and it's just, I don't know. I was just surprised that they'd have something so beefy and so heavy mounted on the outside of the fan shroud, inside the nacelle, of course, but outside of the fan shroud, and 2 of them on each engine. And we were in particular looking closely at the GE NX, which were the engines on the Air India flight, and I was just really impressed with how big and heavy and bulky these things were. But anyway,
I'm sensing a trend that Greg doesn't do any small things. He's got a big truck, a big house, a big grill, big fans.
He worked for a big crane company too. I forgot what the name of it is, but it's like one of the big giant cranes that they make for construction. Yeah. He's got a big ass truck and a big ass house, a big ass griddle. Yeah, I think you're right. There is definitely a trend. Yeah. Anyway, so I had a great time. Greg, if you're listening, I know you probably are. Thank you so much. It was really nice to be able to, enjoy a nice meal and the nice tour. After the tour, we went to Skyline Chili, and that's a Cincinnati famous place for chili and coney dogs. And anyway, it was great. Really enjoyed that.
That's good.
Yeah, and then we headed up to, it was just me. From there to the next day to Temperance, Michigan.
Great comment from Van Ram.
Oh, Tim Van Ram says Greg also hosted the Big Kahuna. Aha.
That's a big kahuna right there.
Well, yeah, I was walking around his house with my pants off, and I guess that's appropriate.
An hour.
Oh, it's an hour.
I would like it to be pointed out, it was not me. I didn't do it this time.
Yeah, no, it was not you. But that's okay. This is actually, we're doing this on purpose because this is the kind of thing that when we're normally recording the show, this is the back channel communications going on, and then we'll hear that sound, and Liz will say something, as she just did. Say it again.
1 hour now, 1 hour mark.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing we have going on when we normally record the show. But since we're not using that back channel communication Unity comms today.
It's all up front today.
Yeah, you're getting to see it all in the raw. Anyway, so we, again, here we go with the Royal We, went up to Temperance, Michigan, which is just on the outskirts, the north side of Toledo, Ohio, and went to a farm, kind of like a petting zoo, kind of petting farm.
You did some petting?
I did, but it wasn't heavy, though. There was there were a couple of, what do you call these things?
Llamas?
Llamas. Yeah, I think their names were, let's see if I can remember, Bahama Llama, Tony Llama, and, I forgot the third one. Huh?
No Mama Llama?
Llama Ding Dong?
No.
Rama Llama?
Rama Llama? No. Darn it.
Pajama
I can't
Llama?
remember the third one.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Anyway.
What's the difference between a llama and an alpaca then?
About 6 letters.
I don't know. Dolly, that's it. Master of None nailed it. Or he's also known as JJ.
Dolly
you didn't learn
Dolly
much
Llama.
at the petting zoo then.
Perfect. Dolly Llama.
Well, he asked, he said, hey, we're kind of close for the day, but, I can get some feed and you can feed all the animals. And I went, yeah, no, it's okay. Good.
And did you notice
Don't be
the
that close.
scent on the farm?
The scent was
aroma.
farmish.
It was very
Aromatic.
aromatic.
Very aromatic for sure. And then there was a little rooster that was very close to where the RVS was parked. And you know what? They don't just crow when the sun rises.
No.
They pretty much crow all the time.
No.
But anyway, it was very nice, very pastoral setting.
And you had an electric plug-in so the AC could.
Yep, they had electric power, 30 amp power, so the AC kind of drowned out most of that bantam rooster's expressions.
But most importantly,
But
dinner that
most
night.
importantly, so originally Laura Davis and her fiance Gary were going to drive down from Ann Arbor, Chelsea, to meet with me. And I said, why don't you probably have a lot more choices of, places to eat kind of up your way. So I went ahead and drove up to Ypsilanti. And a nice Thai restaurant that's one of their favorite places to go. And so we had a wonderful meal there and got a chance to get all caught up. So they're getting married in, I hope this is not a secret, but in the fall, in October.
And she
Yes.
gave you all sorts of
Meet up.
beer and
Yeah, I tell you what, I was just blown away. So she gave me a 12-pack of Bell's brewery
IPA.
IPAs. Yep. which I love, especially
Yeah.
the two-hearted IPA, but several other versions of IPAs that I've never seen before. So that was kind of cool. And then also like a 4-pack of like bigger quantity beers that have what are they called? Like they have pastry.
Oh yeah, they're kind of flavored.
They're blonde
beers.
ales that are flavored with. Nick would love it, because he loves the fruit beers.
Yeah, like
with
raspberry Danish or something like that.
yeah, like all kinds of interesting. I have not tried one yet.
I'm
We
not a
need
beer
to-
drinker, so
Yeah. Anyway, so and then this big giant bag here. I'm probably gonna make some noise. So she got a bunch of stuff from Country Market. I don't know if that's something that people recognize from the Detroit
Endorsement.
area. An endorsement, yeah. But, whoop, sorry. Nice insulated bag, and she filled this thing up with a bottle of Sauvignon Blanc and a bunch of chocolates and
savory snacks and
savory
sweet snacks and
we've really kind of made a big dent in a
we've
lot
been
of this
mowing
stuff.
Say, which is
down
all
on them.
gone by now, right?
No.
Most of-
well, I got a note from Laura when he left their dinner, excuse me, saying, Liz, I just want you to know I gave Jeff a whole bunch of treats on the way. So if he arrives without any, you'll know he's consumed them all. She
And
just
then
wanted to be sure.
She was nice enough to tell me that she had told you. So
Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay.
well, because if I'd not known that, I probably would have eaten at least half of it before I
Right, I know you
arrived
would,
up here,
yeah.
and then I would have been in big trouble. So thank you, Laura, for warning me and warning
Nice meetup.
Liz.
We love Laura.
Yeah, it was great. So a really nice guy, Gary. And for those of you who didn't believe Laura, I mean, he really exists. Yeah. So very nice gentleman. There's a picture of Gary and Laura and I in front of the RVS. Yeah, it was a great time. Great time. Drove back to the little petting farm thing and had a nice night's sleep. And then the next day, headed up to Canada.
Yep.
And,
crossed at Port Huron, Michigan to Sarnia, Ontario.
Yep. And went reasonably well. And if you're a commercial truck driver, it's looks like at least a couple of hours of waiting and crawling to get
You're
past
stuffy.
over the bridge and into.
Yeah, it's a very busy commercial
And they,
crossing.
and they didn't search any of my bags, right?
No, they didn't walk in at all.
Perfect.
The only, well, not the only the biggest question he had for me, and I thought it was
Firearms.
kind of like a test. He said,
Firearms.
"No," he said.
Oh.
He said, "What kind of license is that on your?" And I'm thinking, "Oh, this is a test."
I'm in
And
trouble.
then I'm thinking, "Oh, what is it I have on South Dakota, sir?" And he goes, "Oh, I've never seen that." Well, because I have the veteran version of the South Dakota license plate. And so it doesn't look like the normal South Dakota license plate. So he said he'd never seen that before. So I passed the test. And then he said, do you have any, the standard questions you have. And he said, do you have any firearms, blah, blah, blah. And I do. I said, well, I have some bear spray. And I started to kind of grab for that. And he goes, oh, you don't have to show that to me, sir. I guess he thought I was going to accidentally spray him or something. But anyway.
They let him in.
Yeah. So yeah, we got here to the actually we met in Owen Sound and
Yeah, that's our nearest town here.
yeah, and we kind of got the camp chairs out and a nice grassy shady area and talked for a bit and then because it was a little bit before the
grassy
time
knoll.
a grassy
yes.
yeah, I guess
It
yeah.
was a grassy knoll.
Oh, grassy knoll.
Yeah,
Interesting.
and then I went to the vigil mass. It happened to be this grassy knoll was like right next
to the
to
church.
at the church, basically.
Yeah.
That I went to the vigil mass yesterday
I
afternoon.
did not go to Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it looked like the skies were getting darker and the lightning was in the distance. So
was.
she said, "I better not." Anyway.
Here we are.
Yeah, here we are at the cottage. It's beautiful. It's on Owen Sound, which is connected to the Georgian Bay, which is
connected to Lake Huron.
Lake Huron. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's great to have you here.
yeah, we're having fun.
Yeah.
And that's pretty. And then I'm heading to Oshkosh on Thursday. Well, heading to Ludington, Michigan on Thursday morning.
Yep.
And then taking the car ferry across on Friday, and I'll be in Oshkosh sometime Friday afternoon. And I was able to snag me a electric slash water site, just barely, but I ended up getting one of those, and I'll be there for the whole week at Oshkosh. So I look forward to any and all of you listening to the show right now. We're going to have a great time.
Yeah, sounds good. I'll miss you, but have fun.
Yeah, well, we'll do our best, Liz, without you.
And you are going to try and keep social media up to date on where you're located and where you're going.
So AJ and RJ are going to, and this young lady here that has just appeared. Are
Don't
gonna
put me in charge of that. That's
help
not a good
log-
idea.
Oh, okay, well, maybe I won't let him have access to
Who's
it.
down there?
Yeah, who's that down there? Maybe she knows something about social media. Maybe she can help me.
Yeah,
I know
make
how
Steph do
to make announcements about what social media platforms we are found on.
That's, you know what? You're hired.
That's it?
That's
So
it.
she'll go
That's
around
as far as I've
Oshkosh
got.
making
Some
those
OJT
announcements.
happening here.
Okay.
That's
So,
a lot
hey, if
more
you're
than
interested-
we have.
If you're interested in the social medias, let me
She'll
tell
have
you.
like one of those sandwich boards.
I should make a T-shirt.
Yeah.
that
Yes.
has them.
Like, these are the social media sites where we
Yeah.
can be found.
Speak-
Actually,
All right,
making
well-
announcements or putting anything on them, I've not been so great at that these days. But
Oh, okay. Well,
Even I could do that.
well, so you're listening to Dr. Steph, of course. Hi, Steph.
Hello.
Glad that you were able to join us. How was your day at work? Was it great?
it wasn't bad actually. It was just
Oh.
kind of, I don't know, leisurely might be the right word
Oh, good.
for it. It wasn't condensed in any way. I didn't get out any earlier, but it was not like
Yeah.
difficult or jam packed. So,
That's good.
but
So I wouldn't imagine that you've been doing anything at all lately. No.
no, I don't do things.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't.
I guess we can move on then.
I've,
Yeah.
I've witnessed her not doing things. Seen it.
This is true. I don't know how much. Gosh, I don't know. I don't think I was on the show after the 4th of July. I missed that one.
I left all the good stories of the
you did?
museum for you.
Oh well, we didn't put any of the pictures in.
Oh.
Start
Well-
talking slowly. I can fix that.
All right.
You know, I'm actually going to take this opportunity to
What
create
pictures?
time and say that I've got to go
yeah.
for a meeting. I'm sorry.
All right. Very good.
Now that Dr. Steph is here to relieve me of
Wait.
of my duties.
Of your duty.
Yeah.
Tag team.
Yeah, tag team.
Yeah,
There we
tag
go.
team.
This way.
He
This
said
way. This way.
duty.
We'll just do that. We'll just do that.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Yes.
Works great.
Yes, it's perfect.
All right, RJ, great to see
All
you, and
right.
look forward to
Likewise.
seeing you
Take care,
next
RJ.
week.
All right. See you soon.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye.
All right.
So things that I don't do. There's definitely no running or anything like that. Actually, there was a bit of running. We did the Peachtree Road Race on July 4th in Atlanta, which is their world's biggest 10K. Like 52,000 people on the start line this year, I think. And it's, as always, it's July 4th in Atlanta, so it's hot, it's humid, and it's hilly, and that's kind of their selling points, which they get lots of us to sign up for it. But actually, I don't think it was quite as hot as it was last year. And I showed up, pretty well prepared, well trained, and actually ran a personal best time by almost a minute in the 10K. So
Wow.
that was very good.
Nice.
Yeah,
All right, that
Sorry.
deserves a woohoo, or Yahoo, or yeehaw. There we go.
that'll work.
Yeah.
Same thing. So I got my, if you finish in the top 500 men or top 500 women, those are separate things. You get a top 1,000 finisher. Although if you're a guy and you finish in the top 1,000, you're not guaranteed one of these because, sorry, they do give, they split it equally, men and women. So
Oh,
picked
okay.
up my
Nice.
top 1,000 finisher award.
Nice.
Tumblr this year. And yeah, it was a good day. I was there with my 2 younger brothers and one of my good friends from medical school that I do quite a bit of running with. And we had another friend going all the way back to medical school who lives in the area now who came to spectate and spend some time with us. And my aunt and uncle also came down from Tennessee to run the race. So they successfully completed Peachtree as well. My aunt, who is, she's 78 years old, had a very good day. She ran like under an hour and 20 minutes, which is excellent. So, yeah, it was great to see them. And then I had the afternoon free, and AJ and his family had the afternoon kind of free. So we figured out a meetup spot, and we ended up going to the Museum of Illusions. I don't know how you're doing with
Yeah,
pictures there. AJ.
AJ last episode showed some of these. Go ahead.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
kind of a cool place. They have one of these in Charlotte as well. I had not been to it before, but
Oh, I didn't see
AJ was
that
there
one.
with his kids, and
Uh-huh.
so we thought that would be a fun way to spend the afternoon, just kind of going through the different. They have all these different little rooms and displays where you can. Some of them are kind of sciencey things. Some of them are just visual illusions, optical illusions. A lot of these like mirrored type of rooms, stuff where you can like turn on different colored lights and see different things illuminate on the wall because you're blocking out different colors with the lights. So
Don't forget the anti-grav generators.
what was that?
The anti-grav generators.
Anti-gravity generators, yes. So we have anti-gravity here, but that's
Nice.
the picture's the wrong way around, but that's okay. So
No, it's not. It's the right way around. You're standing up, right?
yeah, I'm standing upright, but we're supposed to be on the ceiling.
Well, I held the pic. I had to make it look normal.
That kind of destroys the illusion there, AJ, don't you think?
I said I'm not good at this.
He's trying to figure out how to flip it.
And a lot of the illusions, it's funny, a lot of the illusions are best appreciated in the actual pictures, not so much when you're doing it, which I think was a little confusing for some of the younger kids. But hopefully they've been able to take a look at the pictures and see how fun those things turned out.
No, they loved it.
Yeah, because they're in the reality and they see.
Right. They're going,
yeah.
this doesn't look that interesting. I don't know what's going on.
Right.
You know,
Then
you
when
have
you
this
see
one
the
where
photo, like, oh,
yeah.
that's cool. Yeah.
I like
part of
the chair illusion. I don't know if you have that picture, but
Maybe.
maybe. But basically, it looks like all these just metal poles or posts just kind of randomly associated and tells you stand here, and then you take a picture from the corner over here, and it looks like you're standing on this big chair or next to this big chair.
Oh, the
So,
perspective.
the
thing,
perspective,
or-
yeah.
Neat.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And then we had a chance to just sit down, get a quick bite to eat and a beer, and chat about life and planes and everything else. So there's the chair. So when you're looking at this, it does not look like a chair at all. But
If you get it just lined up right, so
Yeah.
they're actually standing about
Pretty far.
10 or 15 feet back from
Oh
Steph.
wow, it looks like
So they
they're
look
on
tiny.
the back. It's standing
Yeah.
on the chair. Yeah, that's
And these
cool.
are just poles sticking out of the ground.
Yep.
But if you get the lineup just right, it looks like they're tiny little people standing on a chair.
Oh, very
it's
cool.
all about the illusions. I did like the room with the different, with the sloped floor where it makes everyone look different sizes relative to each other. We should have some good ones of that.
I thought I had one up.
You had one up. You had one with your girls. Yeah,
Here it is.
So
yeah.
the funny thing is, this child here
the
is
one on the
about
left,
6 inches shorter than this one here.
the one on the right.
Oh,
And this one is cool because you can actually just stand outside of the room and look through just an opening, and you get that illusion anyway. Like you don't have to have any special camera tricks for your eye to appreciate it.
You know how hard it's going to be to edit this and do all the chapter images.
Sorry.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was a lot of fun. Then just back to regular work and things, and kind of a busy weekend, but not anything overly interesting. Just helping my younger brother with some. He's moving from an apartment to a condo, and getting him set up with all of that. So that was good.
thank you.
Excellent.
Should be flying this upcoming weekend, although it looks like maybe there's some. I don't know. Have you seen stuff about some tropical storm forming in the Gulf of
Yes,
Mexico
I
this
did.
week? So
Yep.
that may interfere with some flying plans this weekend. But we'll take it a day at a time and see what actually happens.
And your Oshkosh plans?
Yes, I will be at Oshkosh on Wednesday and half the day on Thursday. Just a brief trip, but
That's great.
That's what I can
have
swing
a
with
message.
work.
A message for Ant in the live audience. I can't let it go. Yeah. Sorry.
One quick thing I forgot to add on my thing. Speaking of Oshkosh, on Monday, I'll be over at the Freedom Aviation Network booth. If anybody wants to stop by, but definitely check out what they do. It's really, really awesome. It's all about getting women out of situations that they're unsafe or things like that, and it's kind of like similar to Angel Flight type situation, but a little more focused mission. It's over in the Women Venture section, so definitely check them out.
Nice.
Very good. And then, speaking of Oshkosh, did you just mention when you're going to be?
Yes. Oh,
Okay.
you were distracted by Ant's message in the chat room.
Oh,
I was
okay, I'm
discussing my
I asked her
plans.
and she answered.
I will be
I'm
there.
so easily distracted. Sorry.
I will be there Wednesday because I really like
Uh-huh.
the night show on Wednesday. So I'll be there all day Wednesday is my plan, starting early in the morning until late in the evening, and about half the day on Thursday before I have to head back to
Okay.
Charlotte
Well,
to go back to work.
Look forward to seeing you when you're there. And okay.
Coffee fund.
Coffee fund. Okay, cool. That means I can play this thing here.
Johnny, how much more coffee?
No thanks.
Yes, please. I love coffee. I love tea. I love the APG community. Coffee and tea and the Java and me. A cup, a cup, a cup, a cup, a cup. Oh, yeah. The Coffee Fund. It's your way to, well, you can take that thing out. So the Coffee Fund is your way to support our show financially if you want to. Although, it's a free show. It's a labor of love, but it's nice when people, if they have the resources to do so. I mean, if you have spending your money on like important things like flying lessons or like shelter, food, clothing, that kind of thing, then please do that. But if you have some extra coins here and there, you can join the Coffee Bar Club. Let's see. Since the last episode, we have
couple of ways.
Couple of ways to do that. Yeah. One is the Coffee Fund Classic method, and we had a lot of participation since our last episode using the Coffee Fund Classic method. Mazuz comes in with his monthly donation. Thank you, sir. Very nice, generous donation. Jordan Rayleigh also gave us, as well as Kevin Dryden. They all used the Coffee Fund Classic method. Thank you for the generous contributions. We really do appreciate it. And the other way that you can become involved in the Coffee Bar Club is to join Patreon. You can become a patron of the show. And no new patrons since the last episode. So, we're waiting for your participation if you'd like to join up with these fine folks. And again, you can learn more about how you can do that by heading over to airlinepilotguy.com/coffee. You'll be glad you did.
And we will be too.
Yep. Like what she said. Mm-hmm. All right.
All right. Where's everybody now?
Okay. Where is everybody?
All right. So
they're right here.
I need to consult with Jeff for a minute.
Do I need to put us on mute?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all gone quiet.
Is it? I hear you.
Oh, well then.
Hello.
Someone's here.
Yeah. I had to go.
Yeah, you probably didn't hear me say that that we're going to mute ourselves for a second.
Yeah.
So we're back, and we are going to the producer's managing the show while we're recording live.
Not very well.
Well, this is not a normal kind of a situation here, but we're thinking we do have a plain tale this week. And so we are going to do that next, and then after that, we're going to try to do as much feedback. That's all right. That's fine. We can.
You
we
keep
can.
talking.
Well, I mean, we can edit this, so we.
Well, your
we can just sit here
timing
and just
is
stare.
good for that because my dinner is ready. Having
Ooh.
chicken Kiev
can-
over rice.
Ooh.
So.
We can hear Dr. Steph smacking while she's eating her meal.
Sorry, I was starving. It took like 2 seconds to throw that into the oven while I was. One of my dogs has a gland infection, so he needed antibiotics. But he'll only take it with food. So I had to stand there and make sure he ate all of his food, and the other dog did not eat his food that has the antibiotics. So gave me time to prep my dinner and get to you guys. So.
I can just show the script on this screen right here, and then you can just do the slides over there.
Okay. Just hang on a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, that may be it, but I don't know why it's not showing. Oh, wait a minute. Let's do this.
But this will be good, so I can eat now during Nick's plain tale, and then I'll have food digested, and later after the show, I can get a run in on the treadmill, and I won't be hungry.
All right, if you want to
Good.
go ahead and do it. Yeah, you load it.
Okay.
I don't mind. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So let me find that over here. Evernote. And the plain tail. And
Just a minute.
okay,
Okay. Yeah.
that's all right.
Okay.
We can cut all this stuff out.
Okay.
They'll never know.
I'm good.
They'll never know unless they're watching the video.
Ooh, what'd I miss? What'd I miss?
Something you'll never
lot
know.
of-
Let's see. I'm going to do
Background stuff. So.
all pages. That's I like
Please.
that way.
That's lovely.
And okay.
Yep.
All right. It is now time, before we do some feedback, we're going to play this week's installment of the Old Pilot's Plain Tales. And this one is entitled, What's in a Name? Take it away, Old Pilot. As soon as I can find it, I'll play it. Where'd it go? Okay, that's okay. I don't need to use a Stream Deck controller. I can just I'll do it the old-fashioned way. Oh, and now we can listen to a helicopter
It's a,
flying
something
by.
Playing around.
Okay, it's right here. Okay, I'm going to... Let's check the volume on it, by the way. It looks like it might be a little low.
The Old Pilot's Plain Tales. What's in a name? When my company announced that they were introducing a new...
That was just a test.
All right.
Just testing the volume.
Okay.
All right, does the volume sound okay, everybody? People that
Yeah,
might be
sounds
still
good to me.
there? Okay,
That's
very
all that
good.
matters.
All right. So let's go back to that and get her started. And here, are you ready? Mm-hmm. Okay, here we go.
The Old Pilot's Plain Tales. What's in a name? When my company announced that they were introducing a new route, I listened with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. It was 1999 and we were regularly opening up new destinations, but now we were going to fly from London to Chicago's O'Hare Airport. We'd already had some challenging airports to operate into, like Johannesburg, Tokyo, New York, and the old Hong Kong airport Kai Tak. But landing in the Windy City was going to be something else. Not for the winds that whistle around the skyscrapers, as I believe that the city gets its nickname from New York journalists deriding its boastful politicians. Regardless, it was a busy place to fly into, moving around 72 million passengers a year, flying in more than 2,500 aircraft a day from 6 runways, with 2 more under construction. But this tale isn't about me operating into this massive aviation hub, but on how it got its name. For that, I'm going to take you back into Chicago's seedy past, to the days of Prohibition and the notorious gangster Al Capone. Capone started in Chicago as a bouncer in a brothel, which is where he most likely contracted the disease syphilis. He worked for an Italian organized crime group, the biggest in Chicago, and he rose to become the leader's right-hand man. There he organized the bootlegging of Canadian liquor into the United States and sold the illegal drink to establishments around the city. He was cornering the market, as those who tried to buy from other sources tended to get blown up. When the boss of the crime gang was shot and injured in an attack, Capone took over and expanded the organization into many other illegal activities. He indulged in custom suits, cigars, gourmet food and drink, and female companionship. He was particularly well known for his flamboyant and costly jewelry. His favorite responses to questions about his activities were, I'm just a businessman giving people what they want, and all I do is satisfy a public demand. Capone had become a national celebrity. He used bribery and widespread intimidation to take over towns through council elections, making it difficult for anyone to target him, and he survived several attempts on his life from competing gangs. He had politicians, police chiefs, and judges on his payroll, and was rich enough to influence elections, ensuring that his choice for the mayor of Chicago won the campaign for that office. To facilitate his management of the city officials on his books, he employed a lawyer called Easy Eddie to recruit and bribe corrupt officials. Eddie's skill at legal maneuvering kept Big Al out of jail for a long time, and to show his appreciation, Capone paid him very well. Not only was the money good, but Eddie got special dividends like a fenced-in mansion with live-in help and of all the conveniences of the day. The estate was so large that it filled an entire Chicago city block. Now, Easy Eddie O'Hare had a son he was devoted to. The lad had everything he ever wanted: clothes, cars, and a great education. Nothing was withheld, and price no object. And despite his involvement with organized crime, Eddie even tried to teach him right from wrong. Eddie wanted his son to be a better man than he was, yet despite all his wealth and influence, there were two things he couldn't give his son. He couldn't pass on a worthy name or set a good example. Eventually, Easy Eddie reached a decision. He wanted to rectify the wrongs he'd done. He decided that he would go to the authorities and tell the truth about Al Scarface Capone so that he could clean up his tarnished name and offer his son some semblance of integrity. To do this, he would have to testify against the mob, and he knew the cost would be dear, but he went ahead anyway. Capone was eventually tried and convicted on tax evasion charges, and his lawyer played a key role in the gangster's prosecution and conviction by testifying against him. Capone eventually got his revenge, and just days before his release from prison in 1939, while suffering the advanced symptoms of his untreated syphilis, he, or perhaps his family, arranged for the murder of Easy Eddie. Two shotgun-wielding gunmen in a dark sedan drove alongside O'Hare as he approached an intersection. Both killers fired a volley of large slugs from their weapons, killing the lawyer instantly. His Lincoln crashed while the murderers continued on and were lost in traffic. No arrests were ever made. Easy Eddie would never know just what the future held for the son he loved so much. However, he had already seen Butch, the name his son often went by, graduate from Western Military Academy and then the U.S. Naval Academy at Annapolis. The young O'Hare would go on to serve for 2 years as an ensign on the battleship USS New Mexico before being accepted for flight training. The same year his father was murdered. The story of the son differs in many ways from that of the father. Despite carrying the same name, Edward O'Hare's life would take a dramatically different path. By the end of 1940, he'd completed his flying training at Pensacola. He'd flown the Naval Aircraft Factory, N3N1, the Boeing Steersman, and learned to fly aerobatics in the more nimble Boeing P-12 pursuit fighter. Then he mastered the older Vought SBU Corsair, an all-metal dive-bombing biplane, before moving on to the more modern Douglas TBD Devastator, a torpedo bomber, and the first metal monoplane to be operated by the U.S. Navy. On the completion of his training, Butch was assigned to the fighter squadron VF-3 and converted to the Grumman F-3F biplane that was soon replaced by the more advanced Brewster F-2A Buffalo monoplane, which he flew from the deck of the USS Lexington. Also serving on VF-3 was Lieutenant John Thatch, the unit's executive officer. Thatch was himself an extremely capable pilot who was impressed by Butch's flying abilities and closely mentored the promising young pilot. In 1941, more than half of all VF-3 pilots, including O'Hare, would be graded E for their excellence in gunnery. New men on the Fighting Three, as VF-3 would be known, were put through their paces. They would go up and be given a position of advantage over the more experienced pilots. The youngster would start out on their tails, but the better pilots soon turned the tables and reversed the position, putting them on the defensive. It was a way to show them not to be too cocky. The leaders subjected O'Hare to the test, but they couldn't outmaneuver him. He was a natural and as capable as they were. Although not an athlete, he was actually a little tubby. He was also a phenomenal shot. As an aside, Thatch, the XO, went on to develop formation tactics to counter the Japanese Mitsubishi Zero's superior maneuverability and rate of climb when compared with the Navy fighters. The tactic required the two elements of a line abreast formation to weave by turning towards each other and reversing once they'd crossed. An enemy fighter engaging either of the elements from behind could be attacked by the crossing element. Correctly executed, the maneuver, soon nicknamed the Thatch Weave, left little chance of escape for the enemy aircraft. When used in actual combat, the tactic was extremely effective, thwarting even the famous Japanese ace, Lieutenant Commander Tadashi Nakajima. He had no trouble in getting on the tail of an enemy fighter, but never had a chance to fire before the Grumman's teammate roared at him from the other side of the formation. Nakajima was raging when he got back, as he'd been forced to dive and run for safety. In early 41, VF-3 moved across to the USS Enterprise, and after converting to fly the Grumman F-4F Wildcats, they were again moved to the Lexington. It was flying from Lexington in February 42 that O'Hare and his squadron were assigned to attack a formation of Mitsubishi GM4 Betty bombers. On this day, the Wildcat O'Hare flew was Bureau number 4031, and marked with the white 15 on the nose, but with his wingmen they were held back from the engagement in case a second attack occurred. And while his squadron downed 8 of the bombers, it was then that Lexington picked up a second formation of 9 Bettys, only 12 miles from the carrier and on the other side of the task force. O'Hare flew hard towards the enemy, but then discovered that the guns of his wingmen had jammed, leaving only Butch to protect the carrier. The enemy were only 9 miles out, flying in V formations close together so that their rear-facing 20mm cannons could provide mutual support. The Wildcat had just 4 50-caliber Browning machine guns, with enough rounds for about 10 3-second bursts. Without hesitation, O'Hare dove on the bombers, and he took a high deflection shot at the closest Betty on the right side of the formation. It was a difficult angle, but he hit the right engine and fuel tank, immediately switching to the next aircraft after the first abruptly lurched to the right. His rounds hit the second aircraft, which caught fire, but although they dropped back, both bombers continued to fly. Butch crossed over the formation and attacked from the left. His aim was true, and his round struck the outermost Betty on the left fuel tank and right engine, forcing that machine to dump its bombs and turn for home. Targeting the aircraft beside it, Butch got his first kill when it went down. He repositioned for his next attack as the Bettys approached their bomb release point. First, he shot down the leader's wingman, which let him line up his gun sight on the lead aircraft, aiming for the left engine, which he destroyed, watching the nacelle break free and fall away before the engine exploded. Re-attacking, he engaged a straggler, one of the survivors of his initial attack, but to his dismay, he had exhausted his ammunition. He pulled away, allowing the ship's guns to fire their anti-aircraft artillery. The 4 remaining bombers dropped their 250-kilogram bombs, but all missed their target. Thatch, who was with the other VF-3 fighters, was rushing to assist after mopping up the first attack, and he saw 3 enemy bombers falling in flames. Butch had destroyed 3, but although the 4th was badly damaged, its pilot tried to ram the carrier. He failed and crashed into the ocean before he could reach it. Of the other 3 bombers that Butch had hit, only 2 returned safely, the 3rd being forced to ditch into the ocean. As a result, Lieutenant O'Hare was credited with downing 5 aircraft, making him the rarest of flying aces, those that achieve all 5 kills in one day. As he returned to land on the Lexington, O'Hare was fired on by one of his own shipmates, luckily without being hit, and his aircraft had but a single bullet hole in the left wing, disabling the airspeed indicator. After landing, and according to Thatch, O'Hare approached the gun platform and calmly said to the embarrassed anti-aircraft gunner,
"Son, if you don't stop shooting at me when I've got my wheels down, I'm going to have to report you to the gunnery officer."
On his return to Pearl Harbor, the press descended on O'Hare, which was just the beginning of the publicity and accolades that he would receive. He was shipped home to take part in several war bond tours, but not before he was awarded the Medal of Honor by President Franklin D. Roosevelt, being described at the time as modest, inarticulate, humorous, terribly nice, and more than a little embarrassed by the whole thing. O'Hare became the very first naval aviator to receive this honor. He visited the Grumman plant at Bethpage, where the workers building the Wildcat had a collection to buy him some cigarettes, 1,150 cartons, about 230,000 smokes. He was given a welcome parade in St. Louis, led by police motorcycles, with a Marine Guard of Honor, marching veterans, and 350 students from his military academy. The mayor presented him with an engraved gold 4-dial watch, and a newspaper headline read, "60,000 give O'Hare a hero's welcome here." Now wearing the rank of a lieutenant commander, he was assigned to Hawaii to instruct Navy pilots in combat tactics, and where he assumed the command of his old unit, VF-3. By 1943, he was back in combat, now flying the much-improved F-6F-3 Hellcat, and later that year, he would be given command of Air Group 6, and later command of the entire USS Enterprise Air Group. In November that year, to counter the Japanese switch to night bombing, Butch was asked to conduct the Navy's first nighttime attack from a carrier to intercept a large force of enemy torpedo bombers. Confusion and complications endangered the mission, particularly with the difficulty of identifying friend from foe. O'Hare was last seen in between a Japanese Betty bomber and a Grumman Avenger, and it's possible he was caught in the crossfire between those aircraft. he stopped responding to the radio and his aircraft dropped out of view. Despite an extensive search in daylight, nothing was found and he was declared dead the following year. His widow Rita receiving her husband's posthumous decorations, a Purple Heart and the Navy Cross. After Lexington returned to port, the F4F Wildcat that Butch flew when he became an ace was transferred to VF2 and flew from Lexington at Coral Sea. It was one of the 6 VF2 Wildcats to survive Lexington's sinking, as it had diverted to Yorktown. After Coral Sea, it served in VF-42 and later Marine Air Group 23 before being struck off charge in 1944. However, in Terminal 2, part of the Chicago airport that now bears his name, there is a replica Grumman Wildcat on display to honor the achievements of Lieutenant Commander Edward H. Butch O'Hare, a man who grew up under something of a cloud, but who succeeded in soaring above them.
Wow. What an amazing story.
Yeah, it is. That connection back to Al Capone and the nefarious activities that O'Hare's father undertook on behalf of Capone just makes this story incredible. And then I don't know whether it's perhaps, the pendulum swinging, fate, but to then go on and be such a remarkable pilot and to be so brave as to be awarded the Medal of Honor. What a fantastic achievement. It is an incredible story. And I'm sure a lot of people know the story, but for me it was a revelation. I had no idea why the airport was named O'Hare. And I just loved it. When I heard it, I thought, isn't that fantastic? To overcome his history and then make that marvelous contribution towards the victory of the American forces, particularly across in the Pacific area. I thought it was just brilliant. So I felt I had to do it, and I'm sure other people have done it. But I just loved the story, so thanks very much. It was a fun, plain tale for me to do.
I'll have to check the next time I'm there, but they do have, you were mentioning the display in Terminal 2 for Butch O'Hare, and they actually even have like a kids play area with his name and some like little slides and things, but there's some information about him. But I do believe they omitted the part about his father and his connection to Al Capone. I will double check to be sure, but I don't think that's in the display at the airport.
Don't talk about that.
Yeah, it's not mentioned.
So that's the part of the story where I don't believe that many people here in the U.S. know about.
No, probably not unless you had an interest in knowing the history of O'Hare.
What it means to me, it shows me that it is possible for a good pilot to be from Chicago. So I'm pimping Dr. Steph.
Now, back to the lead we buried.
For those that don't know, I was born and raised in Chicago.
Dr. Steph's from so many places.
I'm from a lot of places.
Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
South Carolina.
But how were the slides? Were they fun?
The slide? Oh, usually I'm in a little more of a hurry. I'll have to try them out the next time.
Okay. Yeah. Report back.
Usually the adults that I see in that area are there in the early morning or late evening hours, and they're using the padded floor as a nice sleeping surface.
Oh, I thought that was going somewhere else.
No.
So just to ask a question that's on a bit of a tangent, but am I correct in saying the ORD, though, is from an orchard that was there?
So there was an orchard where the airport was constructed, I believe.
Yes.
Isn't that right?
And the original airport was a Douglas factory, so the D in ORD is for Douglas and OR is for orchard.
Oh, okay.
I just figured it was
I
ORD
did
for
too.
orchard.
I did. too.
Okay, interesting.
That's great.
Hey,
that is
AJ,
good.
if you don't mind getting a little bit closer to your microphone, I think we'll get a better signal from you. Yeah, thank you.
But yeah, it's hard to imagine
And now his
orchard
video
field.
is perfect.
Yeah, the more that it covers your face, the better. That's perfect. Thank you. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dr. Smith.
No, I was just thinking, if you're familiar with O'Hare, nowadays it's hard to imagine that area just being orchards and fields and farmland
is.
because it's smack dab in the middle of Chicagoland suburbia.
I remember the first time I operated there, it was in February 99, and there'd been a heavy snowfall, so there was still a lot of snow banked up around all the edges of the taxiways. So we had to be a bit careful because obviously our engines hung out over the taxiways, and we had to make sure we had clearance on those. So we were just being careful. And it was the first time I was cut up by a Southwest 737. So I'm taxiing at what I considered to be quite a reasonable speed for the conditions. And this bloke just
Southwest.
What was Southwest doing at O'Hare in 1999 anyway? They shouldn't have been there.
Well, I'm pretty sure it was Southwest. It looked like Southwest. Anyway,
That's interesting.
Maybe they had
first,
diverted there.
It was the first time that he had been, encountered
Not
that
the only
from the
time.
Southwest.
Right.
Right. And the other thing I was terrified of, it was the first airport I went to where they had bridges, on the taxiways over highways. And there was strict rules written in our briefing guides and on the plates saying, do not stop on the bridges. Now, I didn't know quite why, but I, in my ignorance, fondly imagined that perhaps the bridges were weight limited, and that if I hung about on them for too long, they would collapse and I'd end up planting this aeroplane.
Start seeing the cracks come out from the airplane.
Onto the road underneath.
Actually, that is not the reason.
I subsequently discovered that it's to do with an evacuation. If you stop and then you have a problem and you need to evacuate the aircraft, there's a chance that the slides might go over the edges of the taxiway and dump the passengers
down onto the
onto the
toll road?
roads, onto the highways below instead of.
Yeah.
Especially fun
safely
when
running.
it's full of snow. It's like you're in a winter wonderland and sledding down.
You are indeed. But my final memory from there was being told to, I'm not going to even try and do an American accent, but line up and be ready to roll on my word. So I lined up on this runway, and there were two aircraft landing on different runways in front of me. And it was like threading a needle. It was almost like he said, ready, steady, go. And, you had to be on your mettle so that you started rolling just at the right moment. And one went in front of me, I went in front of another one, and then he landed behind me, all on cross runways. And I was going, this is a bloody madhouse. So,
If you ever want to be entertained, just listen to live ATC Ground at O'Hare. It's great. It sounds like just the most chaos you've ever heard in your life, and you're like, how does anyone know where they're going, where they're supposed to be going? How does
I certainly didn't. That was just
nobody.
adding to
That's the thing.
confusion.
Nobody does. I don't think you're just driving around until you find yourself at your gate and it happens to be open. So good luck.
I was a brand new flight engineer at night going into O'Hare, and I was listening to the radio communications going, oh, thank God I am not in one of the seats where I have to talk on the radio, like being the first officer on this flight, because I don't know what they're saying. I don't know what we're supposed to be doing. I'm just glad that these people that are sitting in front of me in the pilot positions know what the heck they're supposed to do. And the thing about O'Hare that is really, I think, unique is that there's a lot of communication going on with the air traffic controller and spouting instructions and directions and that kind of thing. Not a lot of readback because there's really no room or time to do a readback. They just expect you to hear and understand what they want you to do. And there's kind of a general flow there, depending on what runways are in use. And you just have to know that this is what they're expecting me to do. And if it's not, then you'll know that they'll yell at you and let you know that you're not doing the right thing. And then they send you to the penalty box.
I was just going to say, isn't there a penalty box?
Yes,
there?
a couple of 2 or 3 areas that they call the penalty box. And yeah, if you upset them, then you get to spend some time thinking about what you did.
Very hockey related. There.
Yeah. Exactly.
And the
It's
Central
crazy- it's a
De-Ice
crazy
facility,
place.
also hockey related. It's been some time there
Yeah.
too. Just
Yeah, it's a
parked.
crazy
Yeah.
place.
What you got in your hand there,
So
Jeff?
I one of the wonderful beers that Miss Liz bought for me while I was staying here at the cottage
Just a minute.
is this one here. I thought this would be
Just a minute,
appropriate.
just
It
a
is
minute.
okay. Van full of weirdos, juicy
Perfect.
IPA.
Brilliant.
And I thought,
Great.
you know, when we were doing the show, and I'm thinking, well, look at all the weirdos I'm with right here, and you know, at some point or another, they're going to be in the van with me. So, yeah, it's
How
really
many
good too. by
how
the
many windows on your RV open, Jeff?
way. Like that? Not many, like 0. Yeah,
Okay,
But
I had an
it
idea,
doesn't
but
matter.
never mind.
yeah, yeah. No, sorry, we won't be able to reenact that photo on the beer on the label. All right.
I'm telling Camacho we've got half an hour left.
Camacho is
Let's do half an hour.
communicating with us behind the scenes to see if he'll be able to join us. We'll see. We're gonna now jump to some feedback, and I guess probably the best thing to do would be to play the feedback bumper. So I'm gonna push
got
this
it.
button right here that says feedback.
Captain, incoming message.
All right, let's see. Now I should have, while that was playing, have gotten over to my my notes and such. So hang on a second here. We're going to just go with that first one from Sam.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're just trying to get it going.
All right. So we have this first piece of feedback from Sam Bolog. Maybe I should have known this. What is he talking about? He says, I was tracking flights from Los Angeles International and noticed that routes to Asia are taken very north before heading east. I assumed that going directly east would be the fastest and most efficient route. Then I thought of ETOPS, but neither was true. After some research, I was schooled on the Great Circle navigation. Would you all mind going into a bit more detail, as I find this very interesting, unless everyone else is already aware of this and I wasn't paying attention in class that day? Thank you, Sam. Okay, Sam, I need to say that everybody knows Great Circle. I mean, I don't even know why we're going to spend any time, wasted
What the
time.
heck, Sam?
Yeah, so what I like to do when I try to explain it to people, because when you look at a flat Mercator projection kind of a map, when everything is kind of pressed onto a two-dimensional surface, it looks like your flights are doing a big giant, unnecessary loop. But if you take a globe, and
Like
I think
this
most
one.
people, oh yeah, like what
Steffi.
Steph is demonstrating. If you take that, and she'll be able to demonstrate while I'm talking.
I
So
was
if you
looking for string, but I might just have to unplug my headphones to demonstrate this to show with
okay.
doing point to
Yeah.
to
So,
point.
or you can kind of just like drag your finger across. So, like, let's say
Los Angeles to
Los Angeles,
Narita.
which is on that front part there, right about. She's finding it right there, and then to Japan, which is near your face somewhere, and. You would think, on a flat piece of paper that the fastest way would be a straight line, which would be straight across the Pacific Ocean like that. But actually, if you take some string, the shortest string would be looping across the top of the globe, across the sphere. And that's actually turns out to be the shortest distance. Now, there's some other things that are taken into account as well. That's just pure distance. But then our airline dispatchers also look at the winds, and sometimes if it's a really super strong headwind or tailwind, if you're going with the wind, they will alter that path a little bit. So you actually might be traveling a longer distance, but if you have a tailwind, a significant tailwind, then you're going to actually burn less fuel and arrive earlier. So it's all these things are kind of factored in with the dispatchers and planning routes and that kind of thing. But
Do we have a pilot here that used to fly that?
I
Ritsuko
don't know. Do we have any
route?
pilots here that used to fly? I don't think so. No. Oh, wait a minute. I think Captain Nick used to do a lot of long haul routes that involve flying Great Circle.
Almost certainly, yeah, but not LA to Japan. We used to
No.
go London, Japan, but yeah, that you're exactly. Your explanation is wonderful. When they invented the idea of spreading the world surface out onto a map to flatten it, and then include the latitude and longitude grid that they had recently invented. They had to find a way to distort the map so that you could spread the skin of the Earth onto something that remained fairly logical for the navigators, and in other words, so that the latitude and longitude lines crossed at more or less 90 degrees to each other, as you would expect them to do, and which is fine in small distances, but on big distances it becomes a problem. So when they looked at globes, they worked out that the best way to do a map was actually to project it, take a projection that was directly above your route, your great circle route. By the way, it's a great circle if it does a complete circuit around the globe. It's a small circle if it does a little circle, because the great circles go completely around the globe. The little ones are just either close to the lines of latitude, close to the poles, for example. The only line of latitude that is a great circle is the equator, by the by. So yeah, that was that. And what's more, if you're an aviator and you are going to do a long great circle route, you can actually go and get a map printed specifically for your route that is without any distortion at all. It's perfectly logical for your great circle route, and it will be a dead straight line. But and that's the advantage of modern maps. You can go and have a map printed specifically for a purpose, whereas in the old days, everyone got generic maps that were all done usually in the Mercator projection, so that they were all distorted the same way, and we all understood that. But when you see it on a TV screen in the back seat of an airliner, and you're going from A to B, and you're going, why on earth are we going all the way up there just to come back down again? Well, just try and imagine that you're not looking at a flat plate, you're looking at a curved
Wait
surface.
a minute.
Wait a minute. Yeah, what if you're a flat earther?
Isn't flat. Actually,
very confusing.
Yes. There's a I think it's an interesting website called greatcirclemap.com. So if you want to kind of play around with this, you can type in two different airport codes, basically anywhere in the world, and it'll draw your great circle route, and then you can kind of drag your mouse cursor around the globe that's there, so you can see it in kind of it's two-dimensional on your screen, but it'll give you a better sense of what that 3D description is. I pointed someone there the other day because I have a long-distance trip coming up. I guess I could tease that now. There's some people I should probably get in touch with, but I'm running the Sydney Marathon later on this summer.
That'll be a long flight.
Been to Tokyo before, but I had a colleague asking me, they're like, "Oh, well, that's like the same as the flight to Tokyo, right?" And I went, "No,
so much.
It's not." So I just pulled it up here on Great Circle Map, and the flight from Los Angeles to Tokyo is roughly 8,700 kilometers, but Los Angeles to Sydney is 12,000.
Yikes!
It's quite a bit farther.
Long flight.
Yeah, I was just
It's only
gonna
one
say,
more meal, right?
Who knows? Probably not enough meals.
I often track flights coming and going out of Toronto, and the Toronto to Narita flight takes off and it goes directly north. Like it just goes, it's going headed for the pole and over the top. So it's interesting.
It's definitely over the top.
Over the top. Yeah, it's over the top. Okay, Sam.
Yep.
Hope that was good.
Yeah, I hope we explained it well enough for you. And the other weird thing about distortions Captain Nick was talking about with the projections, like the Mercator, is that you look at land masses like Antarctica or Greenland, and it's
Canadian Arctic.
and they look like, oh wow, those things are huge. And then when you look at it on a globe, you go, oh, they're much smaller than I thought. And it's just the distortion that happens when you go from a 3D sphere to a two-dimensional flat grid. So anyway, All right.
There's a lovely episode in West Wing when they're doing Big Cheese Day for West Wing fans, where they get someone who wants to get the government to change all the maps because of those very distortions, because it makes some countries look big and important when actually they're not. They're small and insignificant.
Yeah, that's where the geopolitical part of it comes into play, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Very good.
Just a last comment
Yeah.
from Tim Van Ram on the subject.
Tim Van Ram says, if you're dancing aboard an aircraft on the Great Circle route, does that make you a pole dancer?
I think so.
Not all great circles go through the pole, but
Was that what that guy on that British Airways flight was trying to do?
Yeah.
We're probably going to talk about that.
Go to him.
Yeah, I guess we could. That's a perfect segue, isn't it? Which one is that?
That would be no, not 16. Sorry.
That's all right.
It was Peter Kent, wherever Peter Kent
Peter
is.
Kent.
I should have hinted my segue. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and then you should tell us which number that's going to be for us.
There it is.
Here we
8.
go. Number 8. Steve, this is from Steve regarding the pole dancing question, Tim. No.
Nope.
That's
Nope,
number
that's
6.
It's number 6. It's
Yeah, not 8. It's 6.
Sorry.
Sir Peter of Kent wrote in, British Airways flight attendant found dancing naked in business class. Nothing about poles on this one, though.
No.
Well,
Where
use
were
your
they going?
imagination. Yeah, okay. Hi, team. This headline got my attention. Expect it'll get yours, too. Naked dancing in business class? I knew that was a perk on offer. I'd upgrade. No, if I knew that was a perk on offer, I'd upgrade every time. Oh, wait. It was a guy naked and dancing. Maybe I'll stick to cattle class. Seeing someone do an impression of a windmill would put me right off my champagne. Anyway, other than the article calling flight attendants hosties, it's quite a story. And then he gives us a link to thenightly.com.au, so an Australian website. And again, this is from Sir Peter of Kent. And I don't know how much of this I'll read here because we're trying to quickly do this. But okay, so
Just a little.
let's see. The penalty, if caught for doing this, is around $110 Australian dollars. That's not very much.
Not a
Heck,
lot.
I might even consider dancing naked then. British Airways flight attendant
Perish the thought.
has reportedly been found dancing naked mid-flight. The hostie, maybe that's acceptable in Australia, I don't know. 41 years old, was meant to be serving drinks and meals to passengers. Instead, after a search, colleagues found him completely naked and jumping up and down in one of the plane's business class toilets. Clearly unable to continue his shift, the man was given a pair of pajamas to change into before being seated in a first-class seat and strapped in for the remainder of the 10-hour flight headed to London from San Francisco. This is according to The Sun. There were around 470 passengers and crew on board the packed double-decker Airbus A380 at the time. We think that the guy popped pills when he was meant to be working.
Excuse me, Jeff.
Yeah.
The picture that accompanied this was
It's definitely not a 380. It's a
737.
Well, that's a 747, actually.
A 747.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Missed it by that much.
Double
Just
decker.
so close.
You're so close.
Yeah, double-decker sort of.
Yeah.
I also like to say this guy must have had tiny little feet if he can jump up and down inside a toilet.
I was going to say, it wasn't, so I first pictured them like dancing through like one of the classes, like business class and that kind of thing. But I guess it's not so bad. He was just doing it in the lab.
He was minding his own business in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Leave him alone. Let him
But
live
he's
his
got
best
a
life.
job to do.
Yeah, and he's got to do it well.
Hey, you know what? Work hard, play hard.
That's a good
Work
that's
hard,
a good
play
tease,
hard.
I think.
Yeah. Okay. If you want if you want to learn more about this incident, we'll have a link to it in our show notes. Thank you, Sir Peter of Kent, for enlightening us with that story. Okay. So I guess next we can jump back to 4.
Number 4. Yep.
This is from another Sam. This one, Sam Dawson. It says, Army Aviation to get back to the basics. And the Army revamps flight school after deadly crashes. In the wake of a string of deadly military aviation accidents over the past several years, the U.S. Army is launching a major overhaul of how it trains new pilots that focuses on getting back to the basics. The overall, overall is something you wear on a farm.
Overhaul.
The overhaul includes rethinking the type of aircraft used for training, along with a likely shift to a contractor-owned and operated schoolhouse. I think I have one sacred responsibility, and that is to deliver competent aviators to the government, according to Major General Claire Gill, commander of the Army Aviation Center of Excellence Command. She said that at an Army Aviation Conference in Nashville, Tennessee last month. I'm not sure that I'm doing that in spades right now. So a little bit of self-reflection and reflection on the Army's training programs, which is always a good thing, right? Especially in the wake of fatal accidents such as the January 29th collision of the U.S. Army UH-60 Blackhawk helicopter and an American Airlines regional jet near Reagan National. Yeah, very close to Reagan National, like half a mile from it. In the Potomac River.
That's good.
Anyway, they're I guess what they're trying to do, in addition to other efforts, is re-emphasize a culture of rigorous training and safety. And so they're taking a hard look at their training, which is a good thing to come from this. All right. Good. And we'll have the whole article in our show notes if you want to read more. Thank you, Sam. Keep going. All right.
I would say 2 more.
Okay. Hey, we have some audio feedback.
We do.
It's always good to have audio feedback, I think. And this is from Henry from Longmeadow. And he asks about something unusual. So here, let's hear what he has to say.
Hello, APG crew, Captain Jeff, Liz, and of course, the always well-traveled Captain Nick, and any other captains who made it to the show today. This is Henry checking in from Longmeadow, Massachusetts, and I just had to share this curious find. I was scrolling through Facebook when I came across what someone claimed was the experimental prototype of an articulated A320, spotted at none other than Dublin Airport. Now, at first glance, I nearly bought it. I mean, who wouldn't want to believe Airbus had developed a bendy jetliner? Makes you wonder if there's a big accordion hinge in the fuselage. You know, like those long city buses or trams in Europe. Given its proximity, I think this calls for an APG field trip. Captain Nick, I nominate you to head over to the Emerald Isle and get to the bottom of this. Purely in the name of aviation journalism, of course. Just imagine taxiing that thing. Probably handles like a skybound snake on roller skates. All the best to you, folks. Keep the blue side up. Henry from Longmeadow.
Thank you, Henry from Longmeadow.
Is Henry from Longmeadow actually Ken Burns?
Could be. I was earlier before we recorded the show. I was saying to Liz, I said, "Is he using like an AI voice or something? Because it sounds so perfect, Henry.
Smooth.
That's your real voice."
And it does not sound at all like a Massachusetts accent. So either you're from somewhere else
is
originally.
Captain Jeff game to go over to Ireland and check it out?
No, Captain Nick.
Captain
He
Nick.
said.
I said
That's.
Oh.
You said Jeff.
Captain Nick. I'm tired.
Yeah. Are you
You all
game
look the
to
same.
check it out?
Well, I'll go over to Ireland and try some of the Guinness. I gather it's very nice over there.
I'll be there.
But,
That's what I've heard, too.
I suspect
I think
by
we should
the
all go.
time we should have a meet up there. I suspect the time I arrived, being an airport, the damn thing will have taken off and gone somewhere else. But I love the idea, but I don't think it's necessarily for anything other than a halfway stage between Airbus having 2 pilots on 1 aircraft. Now they've got 2 pilots on 2 aircraft. So they've halved the number of pilots they need to fly this. So this is probably a bit of an experiment to try and pave the way towards single pilot operations.
Would this be considered like a modern biplane? Because it's 2 wings.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, why not? Yeah, it would. Yeah. Why
What
not? Yeah,
happens to your
4-engine biplane as well.
4 engines,
I
yeah.
noticed.
Wouldn't it seems like there would be some kind of disruption
Captain Nick
of
likes 4
airflow of
engines.
the back 2 engines?
No, they rotate. They counter rotate. It's fine.
Oh,
Yeah, they're probably
okay.
going.
Not
in
sure
different
exactly how
directions.
that would help.
We're seeing an
but
overhead
okay.
shot, so maybe this is actually like stacked like an actual biplane, so that
Oh, yeah. Could be.
More
It could
importantly,
be a stagger wing, yes, indeed.
what happens to your legroom if you're in that middle seat? Sometimes
Well,
you got a
if
lot of
you're-
legroom, and
changes.
sometimes you have very little.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Depends on which way it's
if you're
turning.
going,
It's called
if you're
the
going around a
flexi
corner,
plan.
I'd watch out.
Plexiglass.
And knees up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Oh, that's
Of course,
great.
it's a multiple exposure. Of course, we're all having fun with this. It was
Wait, it's not
2
real?
photographs.
It's not real? Oh.
No, I'm sorry, AJ.
I was
it's
all
not
excited.
real. I know.
Aw.
Okay. But thanks again for the audio feedback, Henry. We do
Yeah, a
appreciate
great
that.
voice. I love
Yeah.
that voice.
Okay, so we're going to go do the
We're going to do what?
Virgin.
Virgin. Oh, that's right. That is, which one, Liz?
7.
Number 7.
I don't know. Can we trust you? 7. Yeah, that's it. Okay. This is from Carter Boswell. Captain Nick and Virgin Airlines is the title of his feedback. Hello, APG crew. I just saw this on LinkedIn and thought that the crew might find this interesting. And he gives us a link, and it says, Happy Cabin Crew Appreciation Day. Today we're celebrating the incredible people who bring our signature Virgin flair to every journey, going above and beyond to make every moment in the sky special. Having been named World's Best Cabin Crew by AirlineRatings.com for the 7th year in a row, wow, we couldn't be prouder of the passion, care, and professionalism our crew bring to the skies. To our crew, thank you for the warmth, energy, and exceptional service you deliver every single day. You're not just part of the journey, you make it wonderful. And there's a wonderful photo of the Virgin crew on this particular flight. And
This is Virgin Australia, isn't it?
Yeah, very, very interesting. But yeah, Virgin Australia was a bit like Virgin America. It was an offshoot from Richard Branson's Virgin Atlantic. And it operated as a completely separate entity, although for a short while, our cabin crew were allowed to do an exchange and spend a couple of years in Australia flying for Virgin Australia before returning back home. So that would have been fun. Unfortunately, the pilots weren't usually given those kind of opportunities. But yeah, nice to see that Virgin Australia is still going strong and, still pleasing their customers. Perfect.
Wouldn't that have been fun, though, Nick, if you had gone out from the RAF to the RAAF, and then if you had gone out from Virgin to Virgin Australia? That would have been very cool in your career.
Yeah, but would have had to fly a 737. So
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Well, there are always downsides of things.
Ugh.
Maybe you would have liked it.
you get to fly with these beautiful people.
we had plenty of beautiful people.
Well, that's
Thank
true.
you very much.
Yeah, that you did. You're right.
Anyway, we had a British Airways story. Now we're going to finish here with a Virgin
Virgin,
story. So
yeah.
that's it.
We try to be fair here.
We are.
We try to be
Cool.
fair.
All right.
All
time
right,
to
that's going to wrap it up.
Yeah.
So thank you, everyone, for hanging with us for this week's show. We are going to, of course, point you to our website, airlinepilotguy.com, where we have all kinds of information about the crew and the community and much, much more. So check that out. And we're also on social media, or what I like to call the Sochmeds. And Steph is going to tell us about that.
We are. This is my expertise. So we're on Facebook, facebook.com/airlinepilotguy. You could head over to X. We are at APG Crew. If you're looking for Captain Nick's excellent show artwork each week, that's on Instagram, instagram.com/APG Crew. And you can also find us on YouTube, youtube.com/airlinepilotguy. Head over there to watch these video recordings or to join the live recordings and the chat room. If that's not enough, I'm wondering if Hillel made the trek with Jeff up to the.
I'm not sure that he would have made it
at
over the border. I mean, I think.
How are we going to know about Slack?
Wait, I don't know. Oh, hang on. I'm hearing some water. Hey, hello. Hello. Can you tell us about Slack?
Okay, but I'm dripping wet.
Just be careful. This kind of floors can get slippery when you have a lot of
step
water.
on Poppy.
Oh wait, okay. Now he's crawling over the top. Hello. Oh my gosh. Okay, tell us about Slack, please.
APG listeners, please join us on our Slack team. Slack is a communication, coordination, and sharing platform that works on your mobile, laptop, or browser. On Slack, we share news and ideas, we suggest episode and plain tales topics, we plan events and meetups. To get into the Slack team, please email me at slack@airlinepilotguy.com. That's SLACK Sierra Lima Alpha Charlie Kilo @airlinepilotguy.com, or send me a tweet with your preferred email address to @Hillel, and I'll send you an invitation. That's Hillel, spelled Hotel India 11 Echo 1, and see you in Slack.
Thanks a lot, Hillel.
Where's the soap?
Soap dish. Yeah, I think
Logical.
You know that.
He's using your bathroom. That's good.
I'd say that bathroom sounds a lot bigger than your one at home, Jeff. That was much more voluminous.
It is. This is a very nice cottage. Huge bathrooms. Yeah. All right, and we really hope that we'll get to see Hillel next week at Oshkosh Air Venture. And yeah, and what else to say? Oh, thank you so much, Liz, for all the hard work that
My
you
pleasure.
put in each and every week. And
We
we're
tried
gonna,
to get through some of the feedback. We didn't quite make it through all of it. That's fine.
Yeah.
We're making some progress.
Yeah, we're making progress. So there's the applause finally. It wasn't showing up on my Stream Deck control for some reason.
Audience wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah, somebody finally found the applause sign, and so now everybody's applauding. Thank you. And we'd also like to applaud and thank our live chat room. Also, just awesome group of people. And as we always say, if you have the chance to join us when we record a live show, I think you'll enjoy it. And with that, we're going to go ahead and end the show by wishing you clear skies, unlimited visibility, and tailwinds. Take care, and God bless.
Cheers, y'all.
Bye, everybody.
See you.
See you next time. So now we're finished, but are you going to maybe do a show from Oshkosh or not sure? Or
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Not sure. We really haven't talked about it, and if we did one, it probably wouldn't be. It's very likely it wouldn't be one where we'd have like a crowd of live audience because I didn't bring my speakers.
Right.
So,
Right.
I guess there are ways to work around that. We'll see.
But you also have 3 more people all traveling in, so there's a possibility.
Yeah,
Just
there's
saying,
definitely a possibility. Yeah, we could. We'll have to discuss this.
Yeah, I just wondered.
Yeah.
If you,
So
what your
yeah, for
thoughts
people who are wondering, I guess we can give you a solid, definitely confident,
definite maybe.
definitely maybe definitely.
Yeah, got it.
I don't know.
And sorry Camacho didn't join us because we don't really know his schedule at Oshkosh yet,
Yeah, I
do
think
we?
he said. What did he say? Do you remember anybody else?
I thought I remembered something about midweek.
Yeah, I think either early week or midweek. I don't know.
Okay.
I know
Not
there
sure.
was going to be
there.
some crossover with
He'll be
Steph as
there.
well, I believe.
Okay.
So maybe
Well, that
maybe
would
Wednesday.
be mid to late then.
Unsure.
Did he talk about it on our crew?
No,
I didn't
I don't
remember
think
seeing
so.
it, but that doesn't
Well,
mean
let me see if I can.
I saw dates, but he was talking about this week.
Oh, heck. Darn it. Looks, I didn't see this until now. He was trying to get in. StreamYard was asking for a code.
Oh.
Oh, well. Never mind. I'll just
Sorry.
Oh, no. That's a chat with you. Oh, no, it's me. Me too.
Let's see if there's anything. Nope. On that, there's nothing from him. We don't know. Oh.
Or that.
Something's dinging.
That was me.
What's that?
He
Is
asked
that
me
you,
Nick when he's going to be at Oshkosh.
Oh, okay.
Just go straight to the source.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. I was just hoping to see some previous communication that we had. There's just too many things going on.
All right. So we need a title for this thing.
Title.
I have
Smooth
a couple, but
sailing.
are there any from the chat room?
Okay.
Any title suggestions? Hello? Any
Hello,
title
chat
suggestions?
room.
Hello. Nick, I'll tell you the ones I have. Again, I don't
Go on
know
then.
if they're- Pork chops and bourbon. That was Jeff's top there. Top. And the Big Kahuna. We had the Big Kahuna there. Anyway. The Big Ass Show. We could have the Big Ass Show because everything was big. It was like big.
Big cranes, big
That used to be the name of a
bands,
festival hosted by a radio station in Salt Lake City. I think they still have it every year.
The Big Ass Show?
Big Ass Show. Yep.
Really? Oh,
Yep.
we might get sued over that one.
Which word in that was capitalized?
The middle one.
Our personal best show, so that's a reflection of Steffi's personal best. So we can go on her coattails there.
Yeah.
Like the whole show was her personal best. And
I've peaked.
It's all downhill.
Hey, no more expectations. It's fine. Just take that weight off my shoulders.
Sounds like chaos.
Chaos. Sounds like chaos. We were the whole thing was sounds like chaos. I think we talked about sounding like chaos at some point. Something like that. I don't know.
Micah put a couple in the chat there.
Micah's got a couple here. Yeah.
Deep Dish Airport, O'Hare. Okay, Deep Dish Pizza. Chat.
Yeah, I've got Deep Dish Airport. Yeah,
Circle Jerk.
Rouge.
Yeah, thank you, Tim.
Circle Jerk Rouge.
Tim always comes up with family titles.
And I also got Great Circle Pole Dancing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
And Flying Down Under. And Flying a Flogger. So I'm just thinking.
Dance the Police
a bit of
guys.
BDSM in the cabin.
You think you could work with something there, Nick?
Yeah. I've got
Okay.
a few ideas there. Don't worry, that's good.
Okay. So it's after midnight for Nick, so I think we'll sign off.
Oh, gosh.
Thank
That's
you,
all
Nick,
right,
for
then.
hanging in there.
I don't
so
turn
much.
into a pumpkin quite yet.
Oh, good.
And we'll say thanks to everybody. Love seeing you. And we'll see you when.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little bit of a unique
Yes,
recording.
Gone international here.
How
like
can something be a little unique?
Yes.
Well, I know. Okay,
Isn't like all
a
of our-
unique show. Yeah.
Tim's
Isn't all of
happy
our
with this
recordings
because his guests are
international?
arriving, so we better end.
Oh, I'm glad.
Yep.
I'm glad that we didn't inconvenience your schedule,
Bye,
Tim.
Mazoots. Okay, we'll see you next time.
Mazoots, good to see you. Thank you.
PP
Bye.
pole
Bye,
dancing.
everybody.
PP
Bye.
pole dancing. What's